Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Seconds left in regulation. Norfolk needs one to tie. Worthington to the bench for the extra attacker. Norfolk wins the offensive zone faceoff. McDougal for Pap. Near circle, Giroux. Backdoor feed. Score! Tie game! 26 on the clock. Brady Florent on the back door. Where else would you find him? Overtime coming up into the offensive zone around McDougal, around the net, dangerous into the boards. We gotta either stop play or go hard.
I'm not gonna stop till possession changes. Admirals gotta take advantage.
Stephan is back on his feet. O'Leary the other way. O'Leary fires, score! Game over! Game 2 between Fort Wayne and Norfolk last night gave us a bit of everything. 4 goals in the opening 10 minutes, a line brawl in the second period, a last-minute tying goal, and an OT victory. Tonight we celebrate the city of Yorktown as we don the Yorktown Admirals logo in the conclusion of what has been one of the more thrilling series this season has offered. Welcome inside the broadcast booth here high above Scope Ice for the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. Brad, we just mentioned it. Last night gave us a bit of everything as we get set for Yorktown night, one of the more full buildings that we're going to see here throughout this season, approaching 7,000 plus here inside Scope Arena for the conclusion of what should be one heck of a conclusion to this weekend series.
Yeah, last night, exciting, electric, chaotic, you know, that was our word, but I'm excited to see these Yorktown jerseys in action here tonight, being the navy blue uniform the junior teams will don next year, so they look pretty darn sharp out there on the ice during warm-ups.
These jerseys that will be worn later tonight are available for a live auction. You'll get a good look at them as we get on throughout the night, but we'll take a look back at the chaos that unfolded last night in Game 2 between the Norfolk Admirals and the Fort Wayne Komets. 4 goals scored in the opening 10 minutes. The Komets got the scoring started. Magera got the first of 11 goals in the game on a rip right on goal in the opening 30 seconds of the game. Norfolk would respond right back for Nathan Knoll, his second of the season.
Yeah, good response after giving up a goal on that first shift. Couple looks from McGurr on that fourth line coming out there. Some good energy. Reifenberger finds Knoll right there in the soft area of the slot, and he makes no mistake about it.
The opening 10 minutes of this game full of back and forth action. The Admirals on the power play. They would give up a short-handed tally, a breakaway on Alex Worthington that he could not get with the right-handed blocker, but he would make another save right there as the Admirals continued their power play. Chase Yoder with the second tying goal of the game, just shy of 8 minutes gone in that opening period.
Yeah, that was a great feed through the seam from Andre Sutter, finding Yoder, and he was shot ready to snap that thing off and beat Nathaniel Day.
Again, that was the fourth goal in the opening 7 minutes and change. Wouldn't have another goal until later in the first period, and this is when the Admirals got their first lead of the series, as the Admirals lost 3-1 on Wednesday. Brady Florent on the back door. Where else are you going to find him?
Yep, that's about sums it up. Where's he going to go? That's his office there, like Gretzky behind the net. Florent's going to go on that back door. It's where he makes his living.
Alex Worthington making a couple of saves in his second consecutive start. Smerek will move it to the near side on this play, and then just a rip on another Fort Wayne power play. They will tie it up there and then right back in for another goal, and that would be a 4-3 lead for Fort Wayne. Harsh gave them that 1-goal lead approaching the halfway mark, and here's where chaos ensued.
Yeah, you had a hit from Grant Hebert on McGurr on the half wall, and that kind of ended with a little tussle between the two of them, and we kind of thought this was going to be the end of it as you see this play progress, and Grant Hebert is going to get the crowd hyped up, and it was Tyson Feist that did not take too kindly to Hebert's celebration. You'll see him in the lower left of your screen right there coming in, giving him some words towards the penalty box, and this set off. It was Jalen Smerek slashed Osmondson as the two were skating through neutral zone, and that just triggered this whole melee.
So 2 Admirals and 2 Komets got the extra game misconducts for continuing the altercation, or secondary altercation, I should say. And then the third for each team, Osmondson for Norfolk and Smerek for Fort Wayne, were deemed to have exited the bench and then ensued in that altercation. So they picked up a 3-game suspension each. Neither of them will be in the lineup. It'll be Osmondson's first game missed this season. We get back underway at the 6:49 remaining in the second period mark. Pap deflected a Dureau shot on goal for Dureau's second assist of the game, and Pap would tie it up for the Admirals at 4-all.
Yeah, good change of direction there as Dureau let that thing rip, and Pap was able to tip that one and kind of rainbowed over top of Day.
Worthington unable to corral that rebound off his right pad. Fort Wayne did not allow the Admirals to gain any ground, but then a last-minute tying goal again. Florent on the back door tied it up with 26 on the clock. That was Jaden Dureau's 100th ECHL point, his third assist of the night.
Where was Brady Florent, Nick? Back door.
And then right here, Jack O'Leary walks right in, rips it home for the overtime game-winning goal. You don't ask how, you ask how many, and the Admirals squeak out the 2 points, a 6-5 overtime victory over the Fort Wayne Komets, who are the #1 team in the Central Division. This Admirals team loves to play up to its competition. We saw this earlier in January against the #1 team in the league at the time, the Wheeling Nailers.
Yeah, and it's been close games. Wheeling came in here and got swept by the Admirals, and then obviously Fort Wayne, the #1 team in the Central, coming in here. The Ads played a great game on Wednesday night. That tough bounce off the kick play cost them that game, but good adversity, perseverance from the Admirals last night to overcome the kind of ups and downs of that game, falling behind late there, finding a way to tie it, get the win in overtime. When Stefan blew that tire behind the net, that was a hard fall. The Admirals took advantage of it.
And now, before we get set for tonight's Yorktown night action, we're going to take a look back one final time at last night's festivities, take a look inside the booth, and get down to ice level and hear and feel what it was like to be in Scope Arena for last night's overtime victory. Backdoor feed, score! Tie game! 26 on the clock! Brady Florent on the back door. Where else would you find him?
Stop till possession changes. Admirals got to take advantage, Nick.
Stefan is back on his feet. O'Leary the other way. O'Leary fires! Score!
What a game. Ozzy, Betty, shots, that was unreal.
You guys have 6 months, that's all that matters.
No one really cares about box scores. W or L. Huge win there, Worthy.
Yeah, great job, boys. Good teams find a way to win those games, so let's get them tomorrow.
See the other guy. Just a gutsy win. I mean, that's still fellas I'm watching through the glass. Like, that's special. That's a full team win. Like, no matter what it takes, like, everybody's sticking up for each other. That's some fun hockey, but man, this guy buzzes around. It's fun to watch him. OT winner, Mr. Larry.
Yeah, that was fun. Let's do it again tomorrow, right?
Guys that mix it up, Fetty, Ozzy, Eves, Satsy, guys sticking up for each other. This guy, he's earned it. He's always first at the rink. He's sticking to his process. He finally got deserved. Worthy. Yeah, great job, boys. Let's win the series.
The dog award could go to many guys. Okay, team win, but the guy who started it all, team team. Nice. My dog's in. Great win, boys. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Excellent to see all of that team camaraderie in the locker room. The key message there that I saw, Brad, get them tomorrow. They were enjoying that 6-5 overtime win, but they knew they had a series to win here tonight for Yorktown night.
Yeah, they told O'Leary, hurry up and get that chain on. I heard someone in the background say, we got a game tomorrow. Let's go.
So the Admirals win last night 6-5 in overtime, but again, we got to get right back into it tonight. We mentioned Brandon Osmondson getting that suspension for his altercation, and Justin Young with an upper body injury suffered last night. So let's take a look and see how the Admirals line up for this third game against the Fort Wayne Komets.
Yeah, a little bit different look here tonight. Pap with Hebert and Florent, they're reunited after starting separate there last night. Duro fills Osmondson's spot with the Odin O'Leary. Reifenberger, Noel Savinkov was the fourth line last night, and then Nicolets and Crane draw back in with Andre Sutter going in the middle right there. The D pairs remain the same here tonight for Yorktown.
Carson Musser there on that top line, left D pair with alternate captain Josh McDougall. This will be his 200th ECHL career game played for the Admirals captain here tonight. And again, we're going to take a look and see how Fort Wayne not necessarily lines up tonight. They have not given us any kind of a line chart, but we're going to tell you how they are dressing tonight with Fort Wayne Komets coming in. A couple of players missing for Fort Wayne tonight.
Yeah, like we said, a little bit of poor gamesmanship from the Komets, not submitting line charts, playing some games here, but we do have their line up, just not their lines. Obviously, Jalen Samarik, we mentioned the 3-game suspension, but they will not have their leading goal scorer, Kirill Tatayev, tonight, or number 72, James Steffen, who was the one that went hard into the end wall. So the former Admiral Cole Beeman draws in on the back end, and the veteran Anthony Petrozelli up front, with Nick Deacon-Poot also drawing in up front here tonight. Over 100 combined points between Stefan Tutayev and Smarik, not in the lineup tonight here for Fort Wayne, so they've lost quite a bit of firepower.
You mentioned it, Tatayev, one of those leading scorers for this Fort Wayne team, not in the lineup. Samarik now out for the next 3 games for Fort Wayne. We mentioned it during yesterday's broadcast, where he is the leader among defensemen in the ECHL for shots on goal, and the leader for this Fort Wayne team in that shot category. So a lot of firepower missing for both teams. Brandon Osmondson, one of the heart and soul players of this Admirals team. Now it's a next man up mentality. Who's going to drag this Yorktown team into the fight in what should be a lot of fireworks tonight here for Yorktown night? And Brad, what are your keys to victory here in the final game of this series?
Yeah, so we're going back to my be sticky is my number one. The Admirals have to make sure they stick to their coverage in the D zone. 3 of the Fort Wayne goals last night, just too much time and space for the Fort Wayne offense to pick corners. They got to stay tight if you're the Admirals. Don't allow that time and space. Number 2, forecheck pressure. A lot of success last night when the Admirals applied heavy pressure on the Fort Wayne defense on the forecheck and then established possession in the cycle. Keep that pressure up. And number 3, continued chaos. Chaos worked. Let's continue that chaos. Fort Wayne didn't want the smoke last night, Nick, from the mucking it up standpoint. And also from having to defend the Admirals' offense, creating that chaos in the Fort Wayne zone last night. The Admirals really made them uncomfortable, and it'll be important for the Admirals, I think, to continue that chaos here tonight.
And I believe I always like to try to put some of your keys and your points together, that be sticky and that chaos. Try to create Fort Wayne to have a little bit of chaos in their own structure. We don't want to give a number 1 team in a division time and space to break out, work in the offensive zone, so you be sticky on your opposition and create some chaos to not allow them to get set up.
Yeah, you got to take away time and space. Good teams make you pay for mistakes, and if you give them time, they're going to make you pay. So a lot like we saw in that Wheeling series when we talk about what we did when they came in here into town and the Admirals swept them. The Admirals didn't give that dangerous offense of Wheeling the time and space, and much the same here with Fort Wayne with the depth that they have up front. Even missing Stefan and Tutayev tonight, they still got a multitude of weapons that can make you pay. They run 3 lines deep in offense, so you got to make sure you're staying blade on blade, you're strong under sticks on them, your head's on a swivel, not letting guys get free, get open on you.
Players missing from both lineups tonight. Brad, who are your players to watch to try to step up here in tonight's game?
Yeah, so for Fort Wayne, number 47, Trevor Janicki, the former 5th-round pick of the Anaheim Ducks, he was all over the ice last night. Posted 2 goals and 1 assist and a +3. One of those goals was that shorthanded goal here. He has points in 4 of his last 5 games. And for the Admirals, I'm going with Jaden Dureau. He popped off last night with 3 assists after only having 1 assist in his prior 5 games. And he's going to play on a line with Yoder and O'Leary tonight in the place of Brandon Osmondson. So I look for that production for Dureau to really continue tonight. Obviously, you get the confidence last night. He was the leading goal scorer of this team before he got hurt, and he's been a little bit slow in the statistical department since he's come back from injury. But he's going to have 2 guys in Yoder and O'Leary that are the Energizer bunnies out there that I think are going to create a lot of extra time and space for him. We know what Dureau can do with that deadly shot of his.
Dureau, a former Tampa Bay Lightning NHL draft pick, coming over here from the Orlando Solar Bears, who are the ECHL affiliate of the Lightning. Chase Yoder, a rookie signed under Manitoba Moose contract. Both of them under AHL contracts, Dureau and Yoder, and we know the correlation that Yoder and O'Leary have with each other. It's just a matter of how Dureau can slot in and play with that speed of that second line.
Well, and you saw that a little bit last night because Osmondson got thrown out there in that second period. So Dureau ended up at the start of the 3rd period really meshing into that line, especially with only 9 forwards left with the injury to Young, and then Osmondson and Sutter thrown out, which was all losing 3 forwards in that whole sequence of events right there. And he was obviously instrumental on the tying goal as well and had 3 assists. So already a little bit of work together from the back half of last night's game. I expect that to carry over in a positive way here tonight.
And let's real quick take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders here between Yorktown and Fort Wayne.
Well, that graphic is wrong, Benny. That's okay. Those are last night's starting goaltenders. It's going to be Christian Propp for the Norfolk Admirals. This is his first start since December 21st when he gave up 7 goals on 29 shots and a loss to Adirondack. He's 1-3 with Norfolk this season with a .370 goals against average and an .870 save percentage. He will look to get back in the win column tonight. His 2 prior starts to that, he had a .935 and a .950 save percentage. So you got to scrap that Adirondack loss out. And then it's Samuel Johansson, Wednesday starter, is back in tonight here for the Fort Wayne Komets. The 2022 5th-round pick of the Edmonton Oilers stopped 22 of 23 shots on Wednesday night, a 3-1 win over the Admirals to improve to 12-5-2 on the season with a .244 goals against average and a .907 save percentage.
This has been the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. We'll send it down to ice level for public address announcer Brian Gimbel to tell us tonight's starting lineups, introduce the national anthem, and get you set for puck drop between Fort Wayne and Yorktown here on Yorktown night at Scope Arena.
the starting lineup for your Yorktown Admirals, presented by Sky 4. On defense, number 5, Will Magnuson. On defense, number 10, Braden Inga. At forward, number 6, Brody Crane. At forward, number 22, Andre Sutter. At forward, number 27, Braden Nicolette. And starting in goal, number 30, Christian Pratt. Fans, please turn your attention to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Please welcome to the ice Vice Chairman of the York County Board of Supervisors, the Honorable Tom Shepard. Mr. Shepard is a retired U.S. Air Force colonel with 26 years of service. He has also served York County for over 2 decades. Tonight, Tom is accompanied by his grandchildren, Elva and Ian. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, would you please stand if you're able? Gentlemen, remove your caps for the presentation of colors and the singing of the national anthem. Here to present our nation's colors, please welcome the combined color guard of the York-Poquoson Sheriff's Office and the York County Fire and Life Safety Department. Here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome the Tab Middle School Select Choir of the York County School Division. Tab Middle School Select Choir. Hey, Marco, let's play Saturday Night Hockey.
Admirals fans, it's time to rally and join the battle, and we need you tonight. So get up, get wild, get crazy, and make some noise!
Marco Myers with his best Paul Revere impersonation. Sound the siren. The Komets are coming. The Komets are coming. It's game 3 between Yorktown and Fort Wayne here for Saturday night action here at Scope Arena. We welcome everybody into the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. The Admirals in their specialty Yorktown Admirals navy blue base uniforms trimmed in gold and white will be moving left to right across the ice surface for period number 1. Christian Prop in the net to our left. Fort Wayne in white will be moving right to left across the ice surface for period number 1. In the net to our right, Samuel Janssen. Prop comes out of his net, sends it off the glass and out of play. 19:45 remaining in a very early and scoreless first period here from downtown Norfolk.
Well, now I'm curious, Nick. You always have games like you get last night. The next game, is it going to carry over or is it going to be tamer? It's about 7,000 plus in attendance tonight, hoping to find out. Bated breath, they wait.
Yes. Face off to the right-handed blocker side of Christian Prop. Both goaltenders wearing the catching glove on the left hand for this evening's matchup. Fort Wayne wins the faceoff in the Admirals' defensive zone. Krebs with a shot, saved by Prop. He pounces on the rebound. Just 5 seconds gone. 19:40 left in a scoreless first period. 4 goals. 2 goals each were scored in the opening 10 minutes of play. Fort Wayne scored in the opening 30 seconds last night. So, as you mentioned, Brad, waiting with bated breath to see what is going to happen here at the start of this game. If anything, maybe tempers have settled just a little bit, but maybe not.
To be determined.
Admirals win a defensive zone faceoff. Engum sends it off the glass. It's knocked out of the air by Aliardi. Off the glass and into the near side corner. Nathan Knoll is there. It's handled by Braden Engum up the near wall. Knoll sends it up for Savenkov. He'll send it cross ice for Marco Reifenberger. It's in the legs of the linesman, Evan Knox.
Knoxy. He gets the first boo from this big crowd tonight.
Reifenberger back down the near side wall. Stops up in the corner. Stumbling at the goal line. Wanted to move it up to the blue line, and instead it's rimmed around to the far side. Over the stick of Carson Musser in a 2-on-1 transition for Fort Wayne. Nathan Knoll gets on his horse, and it's an offside signaled by Brett Brody as Knoll comes together with a Comet on the near side corner. Linesmen are there to intercept that with 19:01 remaining in period 1.
And Knoll was on his horse right there, offside or not. What a great back check from Nathan Knoll. Even if that was onside, he was there to make that a 2-on-2. Great effort from Nathan Knoll.
59 seconds gone here in period 1. Face-off just outside of Yorktown's defensive end.
Do we refer to Christian Prop as Tendy like he was in Shoresy?
Coach Tendy in season 4. Up the near side wall, Jaden Dureau chasing it down to the near side. It's into the midsection of Inamato and cleared the rest of the way by Fort Wayne to Josh McDougall, who finds Jaden Dureau streaking through the neutral zone. Dureau tied up at the blue line, no penalty call coming. We stay 5-on-5 here in the early parts of a scoreless first period. Inamato from the near corner, chipped up the wall, bodied down by McDougall. He does not allow it to exit the zone. Inamato getting to it. Good body by O'Leary. Scored the overtime game-winning goal last night. If you joined us on the Cox Mobile pregame show, he took blame for giving up that 5th goal. Said he apologized to Worthington in the locker room, said he needed to get the overtime game winner to make up for it. He did just that.
It's getting chippy. Let's see the first call that doesn't go Fort Wayne's way, too, if their coach Jesse Kalecki goes off his rocker again. He was even getting into it off the ice after the game last night, so he was none too pleased. Let's see if he's settled down at all.
This is the first time ever that Fort Wayne has made the trip here to the 757 at Scope Arena. So Brady Florent trying to start the breakout for Josh McDougall, and now Admirals working out of their defensive end from the near side corner to the left wing. Thrown through the air, Grant Hebert is at the blue line, delayed offside. Hebert was the one that started everything with Magera, but because they were the initial altercation, they just got the standard 5 minutes for fighting. Everybody else got the extra game misconducts for the secondary altercations.
So far, the Admirals are definitely the initiators of the aggressive plays. Couple big hits early on.
Almost chipped into the middle for Reifenberger to chase it down. David Drake is out there sporting the number 15 instead of his traditional 55. The only other number change on the ice is Christian Prop, normally number 60. He is wearing number 30 here tonight, and we found out during warm-ups that Alex Worthington will be wearing number 32 instead of his regular number 31. Those are the only number changes here for the specialty Yorktown jersey night. Fort Wayne is forced out into the neutral zone. Cole Beeman, former Norfolk Admiral. He signed his first pro contract here with the Admirals out of York University. Got traded to Fort Wayne for future considerations. Found a home here with Fort Wayne. This just his 10th professional game. He got his first point on an assist with the Admirals in his first game. Now 37 in white for Fort Wayne is Cole Beeman, as Savenkov starts the breakout on the near half wall. Goes back to Braden Engum, who is shadowed by Blake Murray. Engum strategic, looking for a breakout up the far wall. Andre Sutter couldn't get it deep, and back for Inamato to go up the near side wall on a deflection over the glass and out of play. The faceoff should come back out to the neutral zone. 16:04 left in a scoreless first period. Well, if you like the jerseys that the Admirals are wearing, you can get a hold of one of these game-worn specialty jerseys. Now through February 22nd, you can bid on these game-worn autographed Yorktown specialty jerseys. Just visit our social medias to access the auction and bid now, or you can scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen. Face-off at center ice, controlled by Yorktown. Engum will move it to the left side for Magnuson, straight through the middle. Andre Sutter tries to backhand it to the near side for Brody Crane, reinserted into the lineup with Braden Nicolettes, as Osmondson and Young draw out due to injury and suspension. McDougall holds the line. Up the far half wall, Nicolettes on the forecheck, near side Inamato, straight up the wall. Through Aliardi, and it is going to be a Sheraton waterside icing called against Fort Wayne with 15:36 remaining in a very early scoreless first period, and Braden Nicolettes having a discussion with someone in the neutral zone.
Stonehouse, I believe. But didn't they fight on Wednesday? I believe those are the two combatants from Wednesday.
Possibly.
I believe so.
Still no registered shot on goal for the Admirals against Samuel Janssen. They win an offensive zone faceoff. Backdoor, Florent is there again. He got two just like that yesterday, just couldn't put this one home. Inamato, bodied by Papp. That's the most body checks I've seen Christoph Papp throw in a game. We're not even 5 minutes into the opening period. He's got the message from head coach Jeff Carr to be heavy on the forecheck. Florent starting to break out up the far wall. There's Papp again, tying his man up on the half wall, back towards the blue line, around Papp to the far circle. Shot on goal, paddle save made by Prop, as the rebound finds its way to Stonehouse on the far side corner. Back to the near side and cleared around by Luca Hano. Picked up by Yorktown. Stretch pass intended for Hebert from Florent, all the way in his own goal line, intercepted by Fort Wayne, and here comes the Komets down the near side. A backhander bounces over the stick of William Dufour. Back to the blue line now, near side. Hano walks into one. Good left-handed catch and glove save by Christian Prop. He saw that all the way. There was no screen in front of him with 14:40 remaining in a still scoreless first period of play. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay to see that shot. We'll have a great angle of it here as Hano walks into the top of the circle, but nobody is in front of Christian Prop. It's a warm-up type save. 4:30 in blue.
We saw Yoder right there on Groob. Good job by the Admirals keeping this Fort Wayne offense to the outside, to the perimeter. Prop will take shots like that all day when he's going to see them. He's going to stop them.
Especially for a goaltender that hasn't seen the net in quite some time, between Alex Worthington and Isaac Poulter splitting the net. Realistically, Isaac Poulter being hogging the net, yes, but with Poulter being reassigned to the Manitoba Moose last week, it is now Alex Worthington and Christian Prop in the net for the Admirals. Whether you're celebrating a win or bouncing back from a tough game, remember you can always win at Beam Light Sauna. Experience the benefits of infrared saunas and light therapy. Detoxify, recover, and recharge. Visit beamlightsauna.com to book your session today. Face off in the far side circle in Fort Wayne territory. Komets win it. Inamato up the near wall. Poked at by Grawl, and he'll dump it through the neutral zone off the body of Connor Fedoruk. Back to Inamoto at the Fort Wayne blue line, and Grawl will gain center ice red. Stood up by Connor Fedoruk just outside the zone, but it is dumped in by Fort Wayne to the trapezoid. Picked up by Duro. He's harassed by a pair of white jerseys into a turnover in the near corner. Up the wall, Inamoto walks the line to the middle, doesn't take a shot just yet, now throws it into the mixer, and it gets deflected to the near side corner. Grawl back defensively as Inamoto pinched in. A sharp angle shot off the outside of the net as Nick Deacon-Poot was there to send it from the goal line off the outside of the cage. And Grawl rims it hard around the boards to the far side. Tyson Feist can't handle it, and it comes back to the neutral zone.
Yeah, the production from the back end takes a big hit for this team without Jalen Smerrick in the lineup, as he's got 39 points in 48 games played coming into tonight, clearly pacing the D-core of this Fort Wayne team. Harsh has 16 points back there, Feist with 8, Krebs with 11, Beeman just the lone assist, 9 for Inamoto, and none for Hano. Oh, they scored.
Puck movement from Fort Wayne brought it out from behind the net. And Matt Capani gets his 5th of the season.
Take a step back in time here with the Visit Williamsburg replay. You see that one thrown right in front, and a couple Admirals there, but not able to get under the stick of Capani, and is able to cleanly beat Christian Prop.
Komets goal scored by number 88, Matt Capani. Assist to number 13, Anthony Petruzzelli, and number 15, Drew Krebs, at 6:54 of the first period. Capani from Petruzzelli and Krebs at 6:54 of the first period.
Anthony Petruzzelli inserted into the lineup, immediately gets on the board with an assist for Fort Wayne, and the opening goal of the game, now 12:30 remaining in this first period, here on Yorktown night. Admirals wearing their specialty Yorktown Admirals jerseys as it's dumped in by Fort Wayne to the near side corner. Good play by McDougall to start the breakout for Brody Crane off a body of Magera, but back out to Andre Sutter at the red line. Braden Nicolette's on the light forecheck pressure. Harsh finds safety behind his net, and back comes Magera through the neutral zone. Crane on the back check with Hebert, and it's dumped in for David Drake. Drake one-hands it up, tied up on the near side. Aliardi walks right in. Glove snag made by Christian Prop. David Drake, I don't blame him for protesting for a hooking call or a holding call in the neutral zone that led to that turnover. But either way, Christian Prop able to stand tall and prevent Fort Wayne from getting back-to-back goals. 1-0 lead for the Komets here just about halfway through period 1 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
Puck is down to the left of Christian Prop. A quick blue line shot from Fort Wayne by Magera. Just misses the net on the near side, bangs the glass to the near side corner. Out in front for a one-timer from the near circle. Magera unable to solve Christian Prop again. 11.5 remaining in period one. 1-0 lead for Fort Wayne. Again out in front for a rip by Dufour this time that missed the net.
Yeah, the Admirals got the physical play right now, Nick, but Fort Wayne controlling the offensive looks here. Not too much in the way of offensive zone time here for the Admirals. Looking for them to start playing a little bit more down to our right in the Fort Wayne zone.
Almost like they're weathering the storm again as they did on Wednesday at the start of that game. Hey, hockey fans, take the action from the rink to Just Birdies, Norfolk's multi-sport simulator bar and grill. Shoot, swing, and score in over a dozen sports or chill with craft drinks and great eats. It's the perfect play after the game. Just Birdies, for every night's game night. Face off to the left of Christian Prop. 11:20 remaining in period one. 1-0 lead for Fort Wayne. Yorktown Admirals win it. They'll send it out to the neutral zone. Immediately dumped right back into Carson Musser's corner. Prop leaves it for his captain. Poked away to the far side corner. Janicki's going to get there. Pressured by Hebert. Comes back to Janicki. And poked up the wall for Christoph Papp. He'll airmail it to the neutral zone. Intended for Brady Florent to chase it down, but Inamoto sends it back towards neutral ice. McDougall dumps it in. It's onside for Hebert. Tried to drop it back to Florent. Papp having to get back on the back check. It comes down the right wing wall for Capani. Ooh. This one hit the post back behind Christian Prop and stays out with 10.5 remaining in period one. Musser starts the breakout himself, but he can't get it over the offensive blue line.
I don't think that one hit the iron, Nick. I think that was all shoulder on Christian Prop. I think that was just a really, really good save right there.
Maybe get another look at it. Either way, still just 1-0 Fort Wayne. They lead in the shot category 6-2 right now. Turned over up to the near blue line. Krebs dumps it in. Aliardi for a deflection in front by Blake Murray that went wide. And now Brody Crane backhands up the wall. No one's there. Krebs walks into one off the right pad of Prop and back behind the net. David Drake supplying defensive pressure towards the blue line. Beeman walks in wide of the net.
A lot of turnovers right now from the Admirals. Nick is fueling a lot of these chances from the Komets. Gotta make sure that puck gets out. Couple rushes there right to the offensive blue line, turned it over. If you don't have that play, it's got to be in deep.
And it's an advantage Fort Wayne right now. We talked about it yesterday with Fort Wayne having 3 of their defensemen booted from the game. Their offensive lines didn't really get jumbled up a whole lot, so their back end suffering a little bit on the point production, whereas the Admirals have 2 forwards and their forward lines jumbled up here tonight, so potentially some players trying to get reacclimated with each other.
No Tutayev and no Stefan the other way for Fort Wayne either, so that's
correct.
2 of their highest scoring players. Obviously, Tutayev leads his team in scoring 45 points. Stefan with 34 points on the season and only 38 games played, so 2 guys over a point per game, not in the lineup for this Fort Wayne team either.
I stand corrected, Brad Jones. As this one's deflected into the left-handed catching glove of Alex Worthington.
That's what I'm here for.
On the bench. 9 minutes exactly remaining in period one. 1-0 lead for Fort Wayne. Will step aside for the second time tonight here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
Born Primitive is athlete-driven and Patriot-inspired, creating high-performance fitness apparel built for strength, style, and durability. Check out their full collection at bornprimitive.com and elevate your workouts today. Face off to the right of Christian Prop in the Admirals defensive zone. 9 minutes remaining in period one. It's one back to Braden Engum. Off the backhand of Will Magnuson, he'll chip it off the glass, but it stays in. Fort Wayne moving it down that right wing wall. Magera moves it up to the top of the circle. Prop makes the save and he pounces on the rebound. 8:46 remaining in period one. Now through February 23rd, you can pre-order the brand new Boardwalk Beach Bums jersey for $150 and the Boardwalk Beach Bums t-shirt for $25. Visit our social media to pre-order yours today so you can be ready for our Boardwalk Beach Bums game on April 3rd.
You're going to get a cowboy hat for country night. Do we got to wear flip-flops and board shorts to the Beach Bums game?
Likely. Got to get sunscreen on your nose as well.
I'm going to need sunscreen. I have pale and I have lobster. There's no in between.
Good save by Christian Prop. His 7th of the game to this point. It's dumped into the near side corner. Christoph Papp on the forecheck again. McDougal off of his shin pads for Brady Florent. Dumps it down to the near side circle. Magera getting to it. Dumped back behind the Fort Wayne net. Backhanded right back up the near side wall. And Magera gets it through McDougal to Admiral territory. Musser in his 200th career ECHL game finds Josh McDougal to start the breakout. Comes back to McDougal in the Admirals defensive zone. 12 minutes gone in period one. Through the middle for Musser. The defenseman joins the play. Bodied by Hano. Back towards the top of the circle through Papp. Stonehouse moves it for Murray down the near side. Around Florent. Stonehouse right in. Glove snag made by Christian Prop. That's Murray rather. Trying to elevate over the left-handed catching glove of Christian Prop. He can't do it, and it's still a 1-0 lead for Fort Wayne, 7:48 remaining in period one.
Well, it's a good thing Propper came to play here. That's about the third massive save he's made on the 9 shots that he's faced here in the first 12 minutes and change of this period. Just some dangerous looks here from Fort Wayne. Got to get her going here if you're the Admirals, Nick.
1-0 lead for Fort Wayne. Still no penalties called here tonight. Both teams with 41 total penalty minutes last night. Norfolk 3 for 3 on their power plays. Fort Wayne 1 for 3. The only thing on the score sheet is Capani's 5th goal of the season from Krebs and Petrozelli. 1-0 Fort Wayne lead. It's offside.
Oh,
that could be intentional offside to go all the way down the ice, but Evan Knox and Brett Brody disagree with us up here with 7:26 remaining in period one.
Brief discussion, but it'll stay in the neutral zone.
Shots again 9-2 in favor of Fort Wayne. Norfolk heavily outshot Fort Wayne last night in the first period, but the tables have turned a little bit. Again, Yorktown tonight trying to find their footing in the first half of this first period. Fort Wayne has come out guns a-blazing. O'Leary down the near side for Jaden Durow into the middle. It's behind Chase Yoder, and back the other way come the Komets.
I think you saw two things are there. The minute O'Leary hit that pass, he got hit. He got it to Durow. The minute Durow caught that pass, boom, he got hit. Fort Wayne is all up in the grill of the Admirals every time they touch a puck. There is a white jersey on top of them. Not a lot of time to make those plays for Norfolk right now, and that's leading to a lot of these turnovers.
One might say Fort Wayne is being sticky on their opposition.
That's a pretty good way to put it.
6:45 remaining in period one. Fort Wayne with a 1-0 lead. They'll come back towards the Admirals defensive zone.
So you'll eliminate time and space.
Trevor Janicki trying to get back in that board battle on the near side. Yorktown outnumbers 3-on-2. They'll come away with possession. Engum up the wall for Reifenberger. Pressured in front of the team benches. Back to Nathan Knoll. It is onside, and the forward starts the breakout for his defenseman, Will Magnuson. Into the middle, it's deflected to Fort Wayne territory. Cross corner to the far side. Just about 14 minutes gone in the opening period of play. Far fewer festivities here in period one than we saw last night. And again, Evan Knox getting in the way this time, fortuitous for the Admirals as he got in the way of Fort Wayne.
Knox are defending sticky there. It was a good play by the linesman.
Reifenberger on the far half wall. Off the skate of Sutter. He'll corral it and dump it the rest of the way. Back behind the play. A little bit of pushing and shoving as Nick Deacon-Poot, one of the bigger bodies here for Fort Wayne, coming together with Musser. Deacon-Poot wants some smoke from somebody on the Admirals, but Pat moves it back door, and Janssen makes his first big save of the night.
6'5", 240, Deacon-Poot. I don't know if any of the Admirals want any smoke from him. That's a big boy.
Carson Musser and Christoph Papper there on the board battle. Backhanded off the wall around Hebert all the way down. This will be a Sheraton Waterside icing called against Fort Wayne. Deacon Poot will be forced to stay back out on the ice with 5:15 remaining here in period number 1. Still a 1-0 lead for the Fort Wayne Komets. We'll take a look. You scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen now to get tickets to our Guns N' Hoses game on March 7th, the police and fire charity match before the Admirals game against the Idaho Steelheads that night. Saturday night action with the Kelly Cup in attendance as well. Fort Wayne wins a defensive zone faceoff. McDougall pinches in, can't hold possession. Deacon Poot, with help from Grawl, will dump it onto the stick of Carson Musser, uses the net as a shield, starting the breakout for Pap. And to the left wing it goes for Grant Hebert. Hebert over the blue line, gets the shot deflected. Florent has it knocked away before he could put it on goal, and back the other way come the Komets. Less than 5 remaining in the opening period. Dufour gets around the body of Fedoruk. Drake starts it back up the wall. And Florent finds Christoph Pap, working 1-on-3. Pap all the way to the near corner, pressured behind the net as the Admirals complete line changes. Good job from Christoph Pap. Cleared out by Fort Wayne, though. With backspin, it's not going to make it to the goal line for an icing call. That's all you want Christoph Pap to do there, is not trying to gain a scoring opportunity, just trying to give his teammates an opportunity to change.
Oh, smart, too, because he didn't blind throw it to the middle, hoping someone was there. It was good awareness to realize the situation as line mates were peeling off. Didn't want to just forfeit possession.
Norfolk makes some defensive line changes. That gives Kapani an opportunity to rim it into the Admirals' defensive zone. That's Jaden Grubb, rather. 82, not an 88, with 4 minutes remaining in the opening period. From the near circle, Dufour walks to the middle. His shot gets blocked away by the shin pad of Magnuson. Back behind for Murray. Walks up to the blue line. Feist doesn't take a shot on goal. Hits it off the end boards, back behind the net. Comes back to the circle. Cross-iced, intended for Murray. Backhanded onto the stick of Jack O'Leary. To the near side, Dureau. Stood up at the half wall by Inamoto. Over the head of O'Leary. And back comes Fort Wayne as Aliardi comes over the Admirals' blue line. Shadowed by Engum. Aliardi takes a tumble in the circle. Magera near side. Krebs back door. Score. Aliardi on the back door, and nobody picked up the Fort Wayne captain. Streaking to the net. It's a 2-0 Fort Wayne lead.
Oh, it starts with Drew Krebs up top, Nick. You had all the Admirals there watching the switch off, and no one picked up Krebs, gave him time and space, and then it was Aliardi. A lot of puck watching there for Norfolk. Murray tied up by McDougall in front. Someone's got to pick up Aliardi, and then they're going to review it.
Maybe a kicking motion on that deflection on the back door.
It was off the skate, but I didn't see anything that would deem that a kicking motion. But we'll see if we can get the up high look here from the boys down in the control room. And here you go. Here's the pass from Krebs. Yeah, it's a deflection off the skate, but no distinct motion there. This goal's going to stand. I don't think this is going to take very long.
That'll be, if it stands, in his 50th game played on the season, it would be Aliardi's 18th goal of the season for his 36th point of the 2025-26 campaign with 3:15 remaining in period 1. We'll take a look at our upcoming season giveaways. March 20th and 21st, it'll be Ads Trading Cards Night and Ads Comic Book giveaway, both against the Greensboro Gargoyles, the newest team in the ECHL, a team we thought we'd have a line brawl against with 12 games in the final 30 regular season games. Not against the Fort Wayne Komets, we only see 3 times.
There's still time.
There's still time.
9 games left on that one, Nick.
That will be our next game on Wednesday here at Scope, a winning Wednesday affair against the Greensboro Gargoyles. The iPad has been handed back to the off-ice officials down at ice level, and we'll have our final verdict here in just a moment. And it is a good goal. 2-0 lead for Fort Wayne. Aliardi finds the open space in front of the net, puts home the backdoor feed with 3:15 remaining in period 1. And this is where you missed number 25.
Yeah, this is where he'll muck it up when things are going south, and I think we saw that a little bit. Pop was one of the primary ones, was laying the body early, Nick, and got to get back to that physical play there if you're the Admirals.
Back in the Admirals' defensive end, McDougal from the far corner, stripped away by Janicki up towards the blue line. Near side, Brody Crane taking the space given to him through the neutral zone. Crane showing his speed to the far circle. His shot fought off by Janssen. Rebound is there, and it's going to be covered up by the Fort Wayne netminder. With 2:40 left in period one, we'll step aside here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network as Fort Wayne has a 2-0 lead over the Yorktown Admirals.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
.240 remaining in period one. Fort Wayne jumping out to a 2-0 lead over the Admirals. Capani's 5th of the season, Aliardi's 18th of the season. Krebs with a pair of assists already. Megara and Petrozelli with some helpers on the evening to start. Shots 10-5 in favor of the Komets, as well as the Admirals will have an offensive zone faceoff coming up to the right-handed blocker hand side of Samuel Janssen. Admirals move the faceoff backwards, but it's going to be picked up by Grawl to move it past Engum. Good back check from Brady Florent. Moves it up the far wall for Grant Hebert. Engum joins the play, comes down the right wing wall over the blue line. Engum from the near circle, walks it towards the front, bounces into the slot, and gloved down by Deacon Poot. And from the far circle, it's backhanded all the way through the middle for Grawl. This shot goes into the left-handed catching glove of Christian Prop. No rebound given up either with 2:14 remaining in period number one. For all Wednesday and Sunday home games, buy tickets through our first draft deal offer and get your first draft beer of the night for just $5. Visit our website or our social medias to get your first draft deal for this upcoming Wednesday's game against the Greensboro Gargoyles now. Inamoto moves it down low into the corner towards the front of the net, and again Christian Prop has to be there to cover it up. With 2:07 remaining in period number one. Just seems like Fort Wayne's come out with that extra jump in their step after the overtime loss last night.
Yeah, they're dictating the pace of this game right now, Nick, and I mean there's a reason they're the #1 team in the Central Division and one of the top 10 teams in this league.
Near side circle face-off, blocker hand side of Prop in Admiral territory.
Oh,
Referee takes a tumble back in the far side corner. To the high slot it goes. Good kick save made by Prop.
I believe they call that a digger. A digger.
Heel pick. Knocked out of the air by O'Leary. He can't clear the zone. Second effort from Musser is successful. Pushed down the far wall. Not going to be an icing call. We continue with 1:45 remaining in the opening period. McDougal gloves it at the blue line to the high slot. Yoder off the near side wall trying to find Jaden DeRoe in the corner. McDougal supports the forecheck effort. O'Leary trying to get to it. Comes to the middle for Inamoto, and it's a routine breakout for Fort Wayne. Dumped in geometrically. This will be an icing call.
I think that play right there in the offensive zone kind of story of the period, Nick. You kind of feel like, okay, maybe the Admirals are going to get something going on the forecheck, and that thing is just a quick body bump to the middle, and that thing's up and out of the zone. Fort Wayne just doing a really good job of closing off time and space and just suffocating the Admirals here. Constricting on them is the word we used on Wednesday, and we did not see that out of Fort Wayne last night, but very similar to Wednesday with the way the Komets are defending and eliminating time and space.
We just got a really good look at Christian Prop's most recent save, a good left kick save, almost like he got it with the skate boot at the last moment, getting that left kick out, keeping it a 2-0 lead for Fort Wayne for the time being. Dumped in, Inamoto moves it to the right wing. Dumped in for Prop to leave it for Fedoruk. Fedoruk takes a bump, moves it up the far wall. No one's there, and a one-timer gets blocked away by Fedoruk on the near side as Janicki tried to send it towards the front of the net. Drake reverses for Nathan Knoll. Up the wall, Fedoruk joins the play. Skate to stick for Sutter, too far away. And backhanded the rest of the way by Janicki for Drake to restart in the near corner. Backhand to forehand, Fedoruk moves it up the wall, Reifenberger. Knoll clears it down the wall. Sutter trying to get it deep in front of the Fort Wayne bench. Picked up by Janicki, and Krebs will start it up the near side for Petrozelli. 30 seconds remaining in the opening period. Florent battling to get it over the blue line. He's successful. Dumped in by Krebs to Prop's glove hand. Left for Will Magnuson, and now Braden Engum. 15 seconds left in the period. Good stretch pass, but Christoph Papp takes a tumble. And the offensive opportunity fades off into the sunset with 7 minutes remaining in the opening period. Papp will dump it off the wall for Hebert. Continues it into the zone. Cleared to the blue line. Engum pinches in, but no more time remaining. In the opening period, it's a 2-0 lead for the Fort Wayne Komets after 20 minutes of play. When we come back, it'll be the Buds, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show here for Yorktown night as the Admirals trail the Komets 2-0 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
Welcome to Yorktown night here in downtown Norfolk as the Admirals rebrand to the Yorktown Admirals, but they currently trail the Fort Wayne Komets 2-0 after 20 minutes of play. And we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones. Producer Benjamin Draper off to our right here for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. Chaos and fireworks last night, but this has more of a Wednesday game feel. A not low scoring, 2 goals for Fort Wayne in that first period, but more of a defensive-minded kind of mucked-up style of game in this opening period.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way the Admirals came out, laying the body. You talk about probably 3 hits from Christoph Papp in that period, which is not really his game, right? But The Admirals just didn't feel like they could get comfortable in that period, and it's easy for us to point out the positives and the negatives for the Admirals, pay a lot of attention, but we don't as much talk about the other team. But a lot of credit, I think, to Fort Wayne. You see why they're atop the Central Division. They're doing a really good job of eliminating time and space. They're not giving the Admirals time to do anything. Every time that someone in a blue jersey touches the puck, there's a body laid on them. There's no time and space. It's one and done in the offensive zone. So credit to Fort Wayne more than anything. You can tell why they're such a strong team, Nick. But if you're the Admirals, they face that on Wednesday too. So it's not something new to them. It's a matter of how do you adjust, how do you work through that. You know you're not going to have the time and space. Be ready to move the puck quick, but the support has got to be there so that you can have someone to move the puck to, and it doesn't become a turnover.
And there's something to be said about having the depth of players traveling with them. They practiced on Tuesday before this 3-game series started. It seemed with like 34 skaters. It was about 26 or 27 in actuality. But with the suspensions, with the injuries, with Tatayev and Stefan being out of the lineup, having those extra bodies on the trip is something to be said for the Fort Wayne Komets as well.
I mean, I'm sure they miss them, but you don't really notice it, right? Like, I mean, even Smerrick on the back end and leading the D-core in points. It's just kind of a plug and play for this team, but it's not the depth in bodies, it's the depth in quality.
Yes.
We looked at that lineup Wednesday, and I mean, they were 2 of the 3 guys in the third line were point per game players, right? So they got a lot of weapons, a lot of offense. They're coming at it, but systematically they're playing very well right now as a collective group, and that's what's kind of causing some fits for the Admirals. And let's see what they can do here in the final 40 here to try to make a push to get back into this game. Christian Propp, he made some big saves in that game. The score could be, 4-5-0 really at this point. He made some tremendous saves, so got to tighten things up if you're Norfolk or Yorktown.
This is the this is the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. When we come back to the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, we'll take a look at some out-of-town scores around the ECHL and update you on the potential playoff picture and some standings across the Premier AA Hockey League.
To your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The Catastrophic Injury Team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no break to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admirals Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena for more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show as the Fort Wayne Komets have a 2-0 lead over the Admirals here on Yorktown night. The Admirals sporting their specialty jerseys tonight. They are available for live auction on the Admirals website. These game-worn, soon-to-be autographed Yorktown Admirals jerseys can be yours. The live auction ends tomorrow, so be sure to take a part of that live auction to get one of these game-worn autographed jerseys. We'll take a look at some out-of-town scores around the ECHL. A couple of final scores already in the books. A 3 p.m. puck drop today at Colisée Videotron. The Toledo Walleye, trying to catch the Fort Wayne Komets in the Central Division standings, earned a 4-1 victory north of the border against the Trois-Rivières Lions, 4-1. And a overtime final that started at 4:30 p.m. today. The Kalamazoo Wings with a 4-3 overtime win over the Indy Fuel. The Atlanta Gladiators ready to start period 3 with a 2-1 lead over the South Carolina Stingrays. And a bunch of other games in their first intermission. Right now, Savannah with a 1-0 lead over Orlando. Jacksonville trailing the Florida Everblades 1-0. The Iowa Heartlanders with a 2-0 lead over the Cincinnati Cyclones. The Maine Mariners with a 1-0 lead over the Bloomington Bison. Greensboro with a 2-1 lead on the road to Harding-Mazzotti Arena with a 2-1 lead over the Adirondack Thunder. Tulsa and Greenville Swamp Rabbits tied at 1. Wichita and Kansas City, no score at the end of their first period as well. 3 games yet to get underway out west. The Utah Grizzlies, soon to be Trenton Ironhawks. It was announced earlier today that they will not be continuing their affiliation with the NHL's Colorado Avalanche. Colorado will move their ECHL affiliation to the New Mexico Goatheads when they begin play. So Utah, soon to be Trenton, looking for a new NHL affiliate. They're on the road against the Allen Americans. The Worcester Railers, earning their own come-from-behind overtime victory last night, are again on the road tonight against the Rapid City Rush. And the Idaho Steelheads at the Tahoe Night Monsters later tonight, a 7 p.m. Pacific time puck drop. We'll take a look at the current standings. We'll again take a look here in the North Division first. Wheeling sitting in that number 1 spot, 30-13, 2-3 for 65 points. Adirondack in second with 61 points. Reading in third. Maine in that last playoff spot with 55 points. Worcester trailing them by 3 points with 52 points. Trois-Rivières just ahead of Norfolk with 48 points. The Admirals in the number 7 spot with 40. And Greensboro with 32. We'll round out the Eastern Conference with the South Division. The Atlanta Gladiators taking over that number 1 spot in the South Division from the Florida Everblades. They're tied at 66 points, but Atlanta has the tiebreaker of more total wins with 32 compared to Florida's 29. And Atlanta has 2 games in hand as well. Number 3 spot with 63 points is South Carolina. They're comfortably in that number 3 spot. They have an 11-point lead over the number 4 team, Savannah Ghost Pirates, who have a 6-point lead over the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, and then trailing behind them, the Orlando Solar Bears and Jacksonville Icemen. And that will wrap up the Eastern Conference look here in the standings. This has been the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. When we come back, we'll bring you period 2 between Yorktown and Fort Wayne here from Scope Arena.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected. The National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Ready to start the second period here from downtown Norfolk, celebrating Yorktown night as the Yorktown Admirals in their specialty navy blue uniforms trimmed in gold and white, trailing 2-0 to the Fort Wayne Komets, will be moving right to left across the ice surface. Here for period 2, Christian Prop in the net to our right. Fort Wayne in white, trimmed in orange and black into the attacking zone, moving left to right across the ice surface. Samuel Janssen in the net to our left. Fort Wayne took game 1 on Wednesday of this 3-game series by a score of 3-1. Jack O'Leary's going to earn the first power play of the night. It's going to be an interference penalty against Fort Wayne just 23 seconds in to period 2.
Turbo had the Jets going right there to draw that penalty, but we saw right off the bat, Nick, a switching lines was O'Leary, Yoder, Pap were together. So a little mixing things up for head coach Jeff Carr here to start this period to try to spark some offense, and Turbo draws that penalty. And 23 seconds in, we'll see if this Admiral power play can breathe some life here and draw the Admirals within 1.
So it's the first New Horizon Bank power play of the night. Norfolk was 3 for 3 last night. Let's see what they can cook up here, trailing 2-0.
The beat box, penalty box for the Komets. Number
Shorthanded breakaway right off the hop, in on goal. Saved by Prop! Oh, a left-handed glove save of larcenous proportions on a shorthanded breakaway.
Well, Nick, that's not how you want to start a power play, but that's about the 3rd or 4th grade A save by Tendy there. Christian Prop flashing the leather, and that's a huge save here. He's come to play here tonight. He's trying to give his team a chance to get back into this one.
Well, Christian Prop's last game was December 21st at Adirondack, just before the Christmas break. He has not suited up for the Admirals since. Well, you mentioned it, Brad. He's come to play as this one's deflected right in on goal and covered up by Janssen for another lead-preserving save for the Fort Wayne netminder.
Petrozelli mucking it up with Christoph Pap there after the whistle. And Pap having a conversation with the ref. Nice little feed there from Pap here right on zone entry. Nice move, and over to Jaden DeRoe with the deflection, and Janssen with a nice save.
Throw the puck towards the front of the net. You never know who's going to get a stick on it. That time it was DeRoe trying to catch Janssen a little off guard. It goes right into his midsection in a face-off with 1:33 remaining in the New Horizon Bank power play in the near circle. One back to McDougall at the blue line. Near circle, Pap saucer to the far side for Jaden DeRoe. He'll walk down to the corner, cycles it back to the blue line for McDougall. McDougall rips one, looking near side. Florent was there, but it bounced over his stick. Pap to the back door, far side. Now he bare in the high slot. Back door looking, Florent again in his office, but again just couldn't file the paperwork properly this time. It's held at the blue line by Florent at the top of the zone. Far side circle, Jaden DeRoe. Top of the zone, now near circle on a deflection, McDougall. Pap rips a one-timer, score! I believe it's Florent on the deflection down low, and the Admirals have life. Just a minute and a half into period 2.
Well, if Florent did not tip that one, that was one of the biggest celebrations for a non-deflection I've ever seen. Grady Florent first through the line. That was a missile of a one-timer from Christoph Pap. As you see, Josh McDougall sets it on a tee for 24, and the 4th power play goal for the Admirals here.
That will be 4 straight power play goals on 4 straight power play opportunities for the Admirals. And that is a much-needed New Horizon Bank power play tally for the Admirals. 2-1 lead for Fort Wayne, the deficit cut in half. Janicki will work through the neutral zone for Fort Wayne. Magnuson pinches him off, and Musser looks for an option from the trapezoid. He'll throw it off the glass all the way down off a skate. Reifenberger trying to get there.
Coastal Cocktail power play goal. Scoring his 20th of the season, number 94, Brady Flores. Assist from number 24, Christoph Paz. And number 23, Josh McDougall. At 1:28 of the second period, Florent from Paz and McDougall at 1:28 of the second period.
4 for 4 in the last 4 attempts dating back to the first power play of last night for the Admirals. CJ Dialamonte has this power play for the Admirals cooking here this weekend.
Oh, Nick, I think you got a file away in the memory bank. This could be a 3-0 game, that shorthanded breakaway and a massive save by Christian Propp. And 20 seconds later, the Admirals make it 2-1.
Could have been 5-0 with the opportunities in that first period. Nathan Knoll trying to cut to the net. Off the outside, now to the blue line. Fedoruk fans on the shot. And back the other way comes Fort Wayne. A stretch pass gets deflected, so there won't be an icing call. Fedoruk back defensively, a 2-on-2 battle. Fort Wayne comes away with possession. Fedoruk dropped his stick. I'm not sure if it's broken or not. He'll get it back in the corner as it's skated down the right wing by Andre Sutter. Knoll gets to the bench for a line change. Sutter and Nicolettes do the same as Fort Wayne comes back the other way, 3-on-3. Fedoruk's going to take a high sticking penalty.
Two or four is the question, and it will be 2, it looks like, from the fingers of the official. As they were checking Magura for any leakage.
So the Admirals head to their first penalty kill of the game, a Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Fedoruk in the beat box, penalty box for high sticking.
Take a step back in time here with a Visit Williamsburg replay. As you see the puck chipped through and just inadvertent as Connor Fedoruk stepped up, made a good play with the body, and his stick just rode up Magura's stick, completely inadvertent there. But nonetheless, it's going to put Fort Wayne here on their first power play of the evening.
Fort Wayne was 1 for 3 last night. Neither team scoring on their power play opportunities on Wednesday. Fort Wayne wins the faceoff illegally, says linesman Brett Brody. A little bit of a double whammy for Fort Wayne. They were not the ones who took that faceoff illegally, but their possession is now thwarted and will do it all over again.
Yeah, Knoll's going to get the heave-ho from the faceoff circle, so Jack O'Leary will step in for the draw here.
Clean win for Fort Wayne, comes to the blue line. One-timer fanned on out in the high slot, and O'Leary gets it out to the neutral zone. It is a delayed offside. O'Leary works it to the near circle for McDougall. He'll skate it up, killing time. Backhanded off the far wall. Yoder replaces Nathan Knoll. O'Leary thrown into the boards on the penalty kill forecheck as Fort Wayne works down the near wall. Jaden Grube back to that left wing. Murray down into the corner, comes back to the blue line. Near side, Dufour. Dufour to the circle. Magera moves it back to Dufour. Room on the far side. Murray near side. Hano in the top of the zone. Back to the right circle, Dufour. Through the stick of McDougall. Magera gets high stuck, and it's another penalty. It's another high stick against McDougall. Admirals take a 5-on-3 penalty kill with 15:44 remaining in period 2.
Appears to be another 2-minute penalty on the inadvertent, and Magura, he's hoping he's leaking on this one. He wants the 4, and the crowd none too pleased with another high sticking penalty on the same Fort Wayne Comet. Take a step back in time here, the Visit Williamsburg replay. I mean, he got him. We didn't mean to, but he did.
And I believe Fort Wayne may have just taken their time out.
Yep, they did. That's a big turning point in this game. 2-1 lead here. Fort Wayne can put one home, regain that 2-goal advantage.
And conversely so, a penalty kill of this magnitude could give the Admirals some much-needed life after pulling back within one. We've dropped brand new Admirals merch, including t-shirts, hoodies, jerseys, and hats. Visit our merch stand outside Gate 14 during games or visit our website to shop our online store today and get geared up for the season.
The fans don't like it, but that's a penalty. Magura, you saw his left hand go up like you got to be kidding me. Twice, 2 shifts in a row, 50 seconds apart.
It always makes me chuckle. Like, bubbles in cages are an option, but 9 times out of 10 at the professional level, the stick stayed out.
It's still a penalty, even if you're in a bubble in cage, it's still a high stick.
A little bit more protection, though.
Maybe you don't lose your teeth.
5-on-3 power play for Fort Wayne for a little bit more than a minute. Dufour to the far side. Aliardi moves it up top for Murray. Near side, Dufour rips it over the net.
They scored from that same spot yesterday on the power play. He has got an absolute missile.
Dufour, high slot, rips it wide.
Clearly 2-5 and White's who they want to get the puck to here to shoot and keep going with the high roll here.
Dufour again, high slot, one-timer not taken on the far side. Aliardi was tied up. Back to the near circle, Dufour walks in, holds it back to the blue line.
Admirals staying pretty tight in their triangle here. Not a whole ton of movement from the Killers.
Dufour to the far corner, Aliardi for Murray. They're the only 3 Fort Wayne Komet players that have touched the puck here on this 5-on-3. Now it goes down low. Save made by Prop, rebound sent to the near side corner. Murray to the blue line, Dufour walks in, far side, one-timer, score. And it's on the 5-on-3, so there will still be a minute and 5 seconds of 5-on-4 penalty kill time.
Unfortunately, you get down 5-on-3, a lot of weapons. You could feel that one coming. Nothing to do but 2 Admirals, Knoll and Musser chasing towards the puck, and they kind of get hung out, leaving, what was that, Braden Ingham, I think that was, kind of out on an island trying to defend 3 Komets. And Alex Aliardi has put up a lot of points in the ECHL, and he's a goal scorer. He's not going to miss that one very often.
That's the Fort Wayne captain's 2nd goal of the game. 2nd straight for the Komets. Brady Florent's opening goal for the Admirals sandwiched in there. Yoder pokes it away, tied up. Admirals bench want an interference penalty that they're not going to get. 14:26 left in period 2. 3-1 lead for Fort Wayne. Still 40 seconds of Centera Therapy Center penalty kill time. Aliardi drops his stick in that board battle behind the net. Poked that to the near side. Cleared off the outside of the net. Magnuson does not allow it to come to the middle. It's rimmed up to the blue line, held in by Krebs for Janicki near circle. Janicki looks from the corner, back to Krebs. Walks the line to the middle. Krebs near top circle. Janicki, no shot taken. Bottom of the circle. Now top of the zone. Krebs walks, rips. Pad save made by Prop. 10 seconds left in the kill. Komets hold it in. Krebs near circle. Too many players on the ice for Fort Wayne. That's not going to get called. Fort Wayne near circle. Krebs, fans on the one-timer. We're back to 5-on-5. Full and even strength. Into the skates of Yoder. He's got time and space on the near circle to skate through the neutral zone. Admirals trail 3-1. This is going to be chipped all the way down. Evan Knox wanted to get the icing call. That's not called. O'Leary sends it out in front. No one was there for Yorktown.
Tell you what, Nick, a lot of credit to Drew Krebs. He's really stepped up in the absence of Jalen Smerrick. He's got 2 assists already tonight, and he was a catalyst there on that 2nd power play unit.
Just about 7 minutes gone in period 2. Yorktown trails 3-1. Up the near wall for Christoph Papp. Far side, Hebert working through the middle, crisscrossing with Florent. Drop pass, takes a deflection onto a Komet stick. And here's a transition for Fort Wayne. Deacon Poot over the red line. Backhands it, knocked down by Braden Ingham. Takes a forecheck bump, moving it up the near wall for Papp. Continues it off a body, knocked down by Florent. Leaves it for Papp, but it's dispossessed over the blue line by Feist, stolen right back by Papp to the corner, looking for Hebert, but it gets deflected down low for Florent, but it's stolen away by Fort Wayne with the lob wedge, glove down by Musser. in the neutral zone now through Savenkov back playing defense. Started this game at forward and played yesterday at forward, but Savenkov is back on defense with Musser.
I haven't seen a lot of Crane and Nicolettes here in the second period either, Nick.
We're going to step aside for the first time here in this second period. Fort Wayne with a power play tally has the Komets up by a score of 3-1 over Yorktown on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
Every day, more simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans, all for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera, improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no break to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
12-13 remaining in period 2, 3-1 lead for the Fort Wayne Komets over the Yorktown Admirals. Here on Yorktown night, the Admirals wearing those specialty jerseys that are available for live auction now through February 22nd. They will be autographed following tonight's game. Head on over to the Admirals website to take part in that live auction to get one of these game-worn jerseys. Right now, the Admirals trying to get back in the game. They trail 3-1. They gave up a 5-on-3 power play goal just a few moments ago. Brody Crane dumps it in for Andre Sutter, who takes a hard bump at the half wall. And it's back for Engum to go D to D for Will Magnuson.
Oh.
Off the stick of Sutter into the Admirals bench. Curtis Mosley may have been the only one that didn't flinch there as it came right into the Admirals bench.
Could have taken a few teeth out of a few of the Admirals there. You saw the C's part.
Yeah.
They split that puck.
Looks like no one's worse for wear with 11:50 remaining in period 2. Face off at center. Yorktown wins it. Magnuson for Engum. Off the wall geometrically for O'Leary. He can't get it deep. Fort Wayne, conversely, dumps it into Admiral territory. Up the far wall. O'Leary with time and space. Dumps it to the near side for Jaden Dureau. He'll dump it back to the right wing. O'Leary. Reifenberger off a collision. And it's rimmed back to the near side corner. Up the wall, Reifenberger walks in to the near corner. Shadowed to the outside. His centering pass is intercepted by Murray and backhanded through the neutral zone for Stonehouse. On and off of his stick. Almost an offside play. O'Leary tripped up, and it's another power play coming up for the Admirals when Fort Wayne touches up. Reifenberger ties up Stonehouse. Got to be careful here. Reifenberger wants Stonehouse. They're separated. The Admirals were going to a New Horizon Bank power play. Now we got to see if Reifenberger takes a retaliatory penalty or not.
Well, before all that kerfuffle, I was going to say another switch up in lines there. Reifenberger was out there with Dureau and O'Leary, so another different look from a forward unit as we take a step back in time here on the penalty to Alex Aliardi right there, taking the feet out from under Jack O'Leary. And then Stonehouse finishes his hit hard and a little bit high on Braden Engum, which is what drew the ire of Mr. Reifenberger.
Aliardi into the beat box, penalty box. Well, dating back to last night, Yorktown's 4 for 4 on the power play. This their 5th opportunity over the last 2 games. We'll see if the streak continues. Currently trailing 3-1 to the Fort Wayne Komets, approaching the halfway point of the game. McDougall to the near side for Pap. Over the stick of Florent in the corner. Dureau pressured into the wall. Reifenberger, Hebert comes into the board battle, and now Pap on the near side blue line boards. Walks it down to the corner. Miscommunication between the Admirals. Fort Wayne takes advantage and dumps it down.
A little more aggression from the Fort Wayne penalty kill, trying to not give this red-hot Admiral power play any time to set anything up.
Dureau to the right wing. Florent back to Dureau, who was tied up just enough to not get the shot on goal and just enough to not take an extra penalty. With 1:15 left on the New Horizon Bank power play, the Admirals second of the game. 1-for-1 to this point, 10:15 remaining in period 2. Norfolk trails 3-1. McDougall drops it for Yoder. Off the skates of O'Leary, he'll get it to the top of the far circle. A rolling puck does find its way to the neutral zone. Brody Crane out here on the power play. As Braden Engum has the drop option, but goes straight up the wall for Chase Yoder. Yoder cuts to the net, backdoor feed, and it's off the outside of the net as Andre Sutter couldn't put that one home. That would have been a big goal for Yorktown.
Yeah, the pass just kind of handcuffed Sutter a little bit. Wasn't able to get that one clean in the wheelhouse. Looked like he healed the shot a little bit.
30 seconds left in the New Horizon Bank power play. Fort Wayne's going to skate it out from their defensive end, chipped all the way down. Engum's going to get there. Grawl heads to the bench. Engum has time and space working out of his defensive end. Taking space down that left wing through the neutral zone, into the offensive end, walks to the corner, pokes it to the far side, avoids a brunt of a collision, moving it to the blue line. O'Leary walks back to Engum. Back to 5-on-5, full and even strength as of now. O'Leary fires a shot that's blocked away. Glove down by Sutter. No hand pass. He plays it. Off the skates of the referee again. 9 minutes remaining in period 2. Back to even strength. From the corner, O'Leary walks to the middle. Tried to find Engum at the blue line or any blue jersey in the slot. It comes back to Admiral territory. Musser. Good patience and a reverse for Braden Engum. He was pressured by a pair of Komets in the far corner. Poked at by Brody Crane for a Sheraton Waterside icing. With 8.5 remaining in period 2, 3-1 lead for the Fort Wayne Komets past the halfway point of period 2. Get your Admirals fan starter pack now through February 28th. Get this package with an Admirals Loud Cup, game puck, blanket, and salty bobblehead for just $75. This offer is online only and won't last, so visit our online store today to get yours now.
Got to find a way to generate some more offense here, Nick. Now we're, 32 minutes and change into this hockey game. Just 7 shots on goal here for the Admirals.
Far fewer extracurricular activities than we anticipated following the Donnybrook we had at about this time last night. Halfway through the game, Komets leading 3-1. Game hasn't necessarily necessitated any of those extracurriculars. There hasn't been any nasty hits or excessive chippiness in this game, but Norfolk wants to get some sort of spark in this game, and that's where you miss Osmondson. Towards the high slot, poked back to the blue line. Admirals can't clear it from the near circle. Magera stood up by Reifenberger. Earns possession for Carson Musser, who throws it the length of the ice. That one gets deflected, so there's no icing. Komets to the blue line. Drake holds it, rims it back to the board battle on the near side half wall. Drake again pinches in. It gets deflected to the high slot, and it's dumped all the way down for a foot race. This time it's a successful play from Fort Wayne, but Christian Propp, Johnny on the spot, able to play that one, and it's turned right onto the stick of Murray. Aliardi to the blue line. Feist fires one that's blocked away by Magnuson. Sent up the wall for Reifenberger. Backhanded too far away from Nicoletz. And Feist comes the other way on the transition down the left wing. Drops it for Murray down the left wing. Stuff attempt on the far side off the body of Drake to the near side for Cole Beeman, former Norfolk Admiral. Started his pro career here this season. This just his 10th ECHL game.
I think a big difference you see in this game, you watch the Admirals trying to stretch that one up. They're getting picked off. You look at Fort Wayne. They snap that thing up to the neutral zone, little quick drop-offs. They're just connected in what they're doing right now.
Christoph Papp with a little bit of a snow shower on Samuel Janssen. Got a shove from Petrozelli for his efforts, and that will take us to our second media timeout here at Scope Arena. 6:44 remaining in period 2. We'll step aside as Fort Wayne leads Yorktown by a score of 3-1 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admirals Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
.6:44 remaining in period 2. Still a 3-1 lead for the Fort Wayne Komets over the Yorktown Admirals. Specialty jerseys being worn by the Admirals tonight in the conclusion of this 3-game series against the top team in the Central Division, Throughout this season now, Norfolk has played the top team in 3 of the divisions, Wheeling in the north, Florida in the south, Fort Wayne in the central.
Well, we'll see if Idaho, they're in second right now in the mountain. We'll see if they make a run before they show up here to Norfolk in a week.
High slot, Pat fires a shot that's blocked away, comes back to Hebert at the top of the zone, and McDougall moves it to the circle near side Musser. Off the paddle was his shot, and Janssen steers it to the neutral zone himself. Pat backhands it from the center ice red line to the far corner. 6:20 left in period 2, 3-1 lead for Fort Wayne. Pap on the forecheck earns possession for O'Leary. Musser shoots, and it's over the net. O'Leary rims it behind for Hebert. Admirals in the middle of a line change. Near circle, over the stick of O'Leary, and Inamoto rims it up the wall. Hebert intercepts, rims it hard around the boards. McDougall pinches in, pops it to the middle of the zone, rolls in towards the front of the net, and Janssen covers it up with some extra stick wax from Yorktown, but nothing's going to boil over, and that will take us to our third and final media timeout of period number 2. 5:53 left here in period 2. Fort Wayne still leads 3-1.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
5:53 remaining in period 2. Yorktown trails the Fort Wayne Komets by a score of 3-1. Admirals will have an offensive zone face-off. More line juggling for head coach Jeff Carr. Chase Yoder centering Jack O'Leary as always, but now on his right is Brody Crane. No more Jaden Durow on that right wing. Jeff Carr trying to get some sort of spark with Osmondson out of the lineup. So this Yoder and O'Leary line put together with Brody Crane turns into a 3-on-2 transition. Crane on the back check. Good stick from Dylan Savenkov back defensively. Sends O'Leary up the near wall over the blue line. Stops up far side off the backhand of Yoder. If he's a right-handed shot, he corrals that and gets a shot on goal.
That's what we talk about. Look at that. Connected right there from Fort Wayne.
Near circle, shot over the crossbar as Dufour missed the net high and wide.
Those Admirals ones are just off the mark a little bit, Nick. We saw that. We talked about the Andre Sutter where he kind of healed it. It wasn't in his wheelhouse. And that last pass as well, just missing the mark on a few of these.
Good shot from Brody Crane. Rebound for Magnuson on the near side. Looking for Yoder back behind. Glove down at the blue line by Engum. He holds it in. Backhands it for Yoder in the high slot, working 1-on-2. Couldn't get around Hano. And Reese Harsh works it down to the Admirals defensive end. A quick up from Magnuson for Engum, trying to catch Fort Wayne on a line change as Andre Sutter comes on the forecheck against Luca Hano. Brings him down to the ice. Again, the referee in the middle of the action. Sutter trying to one-hand it towards the front as he was tied up in the near corner. With Trevor Janicki. Duro to the top of the zone, fires a shot into the left-handed catching glove of Samuel Janssen. And Sutter wants to mix it up in front of the net with a trio of Komets players. And Duro comes in for support. Musser tied up with a player in the slot. Musser and Luca Hano grabbing at each other in the far circle. Nobody drops a glove, nobody throws a punch. They'll be separated by the linesmen. And I believe that Carson Musser coming in that deep to the zone might send the faceoff out to neutral ice. We'll see.
Looks like it's going to stay to the left of Janssen. Fort Wayne may have a protest on that one.
All of this with 4:24 remaining in period 2. Norfolk trails 3-1. Yorktown, I should say. Excellent crowd on hand for another Yorktown night. Towards the top of the zone, it's poked at for Musser. Backhanded to the right wing for McDougal. And deflected in as Deacon Poot laid a hit on Nathan Knoll in front of the Admirals bench. And this one's deflected all the way down. A foot race. Prop is going to come out of his net to play it as it was deflected. So there was not going to be an icing call. And Musser finds Duro through Knoll to the far side. McDougal joins the play. McDougal harassed from behind but gets the puck in the far corner. Bounces over his stick. And it's cleared up the far wall by Drew Krebs. Onto the stick of Janicki. Onside for Petrozelli. Save made by Prop. Rebound goes wide of the far post. May have gone through the legs of Prop and wide.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they went through the 5-hole and out the other side.
Duro down the near wall. Stops up at the top of the circle. Immediately dispossessed and a breakaway pass the other way for Janicki. Right in on goal. And David Drake is going to take a penalty on the back check. I don't think that's a slashing penalty, but Drake is going to head to the beat box penalty box.
I'm not sure I agree with that one either, Nick. But take a step back in time here on the Visit Williamsburg replay as Janicki tries to go from the forehand to the backhand to the blocker side. And yeah, that's a little bit soft if you ask me. But stick up in the hands, it tends to get called more often than not nowadays.
David Drake into the beat box, penalty box. 3:23 left in period 2. Norfolk on another Centera Therapy Center's penalty kill. Fort Wayne moves it along the blue line to the far side. Stonehouse towards the front off the right pad of Prop. Back to the near half wall, Dufour. Blue line, Hano. Dufour, far side. Knocked away from Stonehouse by Engum. Yoder can't get a clearance attempt. Murray is there. Backdoor near side, Dufour couldn't get a handle on it, so no shot taken. Pressured by Knoll on the near side, but it comes to Hano. Left wing, Murray. Hano fires a one-timer off the right pad of Prop, and the rebound cleared behind the net by Engum. Yorktown with an opportunity to clear it, but they can't get to the loose puck on the far corner boards. Another one hits the skate of the referee, and Fort Wayne's going to take advantage with possession. Dufour sends it out towards the front as Groob sent that shot wide. Fort Wayne sets up behind. It's stolen away by Yorktown. They can't clear it out. Chase Yoder took too much time. Dufour sets up on the near circle. Far side, Murray. walks into the circle, backdoor feed just wide. 45 seconds remaining, on the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Due for out to the middle. Group fires a one-timer that's blocked by Prop, and the rebound cleared the length of the ice by Yorktown.
A little extra stress than needed there if Yoder hammers that one down the ice a second sooner, but good job by the Admirals to finally relieve that pressure.
Aliardi with 2 goals in the game moves it far side for Stonehouse and deflects it to Janicki on the near side. Janicki walks to the corner. Brad Jones, player to watch for Fort Wayne tonight, moves it up for Aliardi to that far side half, while still Fort Wayne power play for the next 13 seconds. Near side circle, Stonehouse, far side. Aliardi can't settle a bouncing puck, and it comes to the blue line. Shot deflected a couple of times wide of the far side post, and it's cleared the length of the ice by Yorktown before the end of Drake's penalty, so we're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. Drake out of the beat box, penalty box with $1:15 remaining in period 2. Fort Wayne on the transition, 3-on-1, far side one-timer wide of the net. Aliardi that close to a Hattie.
The puck movement's just leading to all kinds of odd man rushes. 2 breakaways we've seen this period from the Komets as well, Nick.
Kapani to the blue line. Krebs with a shot blocked away. Drake, backhander for Sutter. He'll leave it for Hebert. Tied up. That could have been a tripping penalty. And he got tied up, and Drake sends a Komet towards the bench. Cross-check from behind into an open door by Deacon Poot. Hebert gets in there. Now it's all going to pop off, courtesy of Deacon Poot.
That was dirty from Deacon Poot.
Musser grabs a man in the neutral zone. Matt Kapani and Musser tied up at the blue line as Drake wants a piece of anybody in a white jersey right now. Send Deacon Poot straight to the locker room for a cross-check into an open door from behind on David Drake.
I'm just happy to see David Drake get up. I mean, that was dangerous.
All of this with 49.6 left in period 2.
Ought to be a fun one to sort out here with the officials.
Well, this all started because Hebert was clipped at the blue line.
Yeah, that should have been a trip, no doubt.
So David Drake came in to defend Hebert. And then Deacon Poot, if you call that defending.
The veteran Petrozelli on their team, so Poot.
So here we go on the step back in time visit Williamsburg replay. Hebert with his head down. That's a clear trip. Even if you want to call it clipping. But Hebert was taken down by Kapani, so Drake comes in, shoves Kapani towards the bench. There's nothing nasty from Drake until Deacon Poot cross-checks David Drake right in the spine from behind, head first into the boards, into an open door on the Fort Wayne bench. If this is not a game misconduct.
He got a roughing. I just saw the signal.
It is the most clear 5-in-game and a game misconduct for cross-checking or boarding that I've ever seen. And it's just a minor penalty for roughing.
How does, I mean, at a minimum, it's a minor for cross-checking. Like, oh.
The silver lining here is that it looks like there's not a Yorktown Admiral in the beatbox penalty box, so we'll be on a New Horizon Bank power play if nothing changes on the scoreboard.
My mother said if I have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I'll just say that's a miss. I'll just leave it at that.
49 seconds left in period 2. Norfolk will have a New Horizon Bank power play. But now this is going to boil over into the third period. This is a player safety issue now, not just for the Admirals and David Drake, but Deacon Poot now has a target on his back for retribution in this third period if he is not kicked out of this game.
There are some fans in 107, 108, 109 right over that dressing room of the Fort Wayne Komets that might have a few words to say to Mr. Deacon Poot.
Jaden DeRoe sends it inadvertently to the neutral zone for Josh McDougall. If the Admirals don't score here by the end of period 2, the power play will carry over to period 3. Pap tied up in the far circle, dumps it to the corner for Brady Florent. Near circle, McDougall backhands it back behind for Florent. trapezoid off the body of Hebert, comes out in front,
what a
off
save.
the outside of the net, or maybe off
Left
the
toe.
skate of Janssen.
Johnson got a toe on that one, Nick. He was down and out, flopping like a fish on a dock, and he threw that left pad up and was able to stop that thing with his toe. Unreal save.
16.8 on the clock here in period 2. Still a $1:28 left of New Horizon Bank power play time. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Grube lost it in his feet. Florent fanned on it, far side. It did go off the left pad of Janssen. And out of play. Engum at the blue line, Yoder at the far half wall. 10 seconds left in the period. O'Leary drops it back to nobody, and that'll be the end of period 2. Admirals will have 1 minute and 11 seconds of carryover New Horizon Bank power play time when we come back, but it'll be more as Deacon Poot is now jawing with fans off the ice. A little touch of no class from 34 in white, jawing at everybody he can here at Scope Arena after cross-checking a veteran David Drake into an open door. We'll be back with the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, with Fort Wayne leading 3-1 over the Yorktown Admirals.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena. After 40 minutes of play, Fort Wayne has a 3-1 lead over the Yorktown Admirals here at Scope Arena. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. Here for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. Yorktown night as the Admirals don specialty Yorktown Admirals jerseys. Again, these jerseys, game worn and signed, will be available for live auction now through February 22nd. You're able to get your hands on some of these game worn autographed jerseys if you head on over to the Admirals website for that live auction. But right now, the task at hand is a 3-1 deficit to the Fort Wayne Komets, the number one team in the Central Division. Fort Wayne has come out to play. They're outshooting the Admirals 22-9 after 40 minutes of play. What kind of spark are we looking for out of the Admirals here?
Yeah, I mean, the big Donnybrook we had yesterday really energized this Admirals locker room. So you hope maybe that at the end right there has a similar effect on this team. I mean, you look at the difference through 40 minutes tonight, 9 shots on goal. We had 18 shots in the first period yesterday, right? So a lot more of a Wednesday feel where Fort Wayne, credit to them, are doing a really good job defensively with the Admirals. And the Admirals are disjointed, there's no doubt about it. But credit again to Fort Wayne, because I think they're playing a big part in that by just suffocating the Admirals here. And I mentioned it, Fort Wayne is just zipping the puck up. It's kind of one and done for Norfolk, and then they're connected up and out of the zone, whether it's odd man rushes. We've seen a couple breakaways from them. But the Admirals, right, it's too far in front of a guy, or it's just off the mark. It's not in the wheelhouse, right? They're just not connecting on those plays that we saw, especially last night with the 6 goals and the onslaught of offense. Just that those sights are a little bit off right now, Nick.
Brady Florent did get the first goal of the game for the Admirals on a New Horizon Bank power play. That is our Scrimp Shack play of the period there at the start of this second period. McDougall moved it along for Christoph Papp, who fired one, and it was deflected by 94 in blue in front just a minute and a half into the period.
Yeah, and it was a good tip in front from 94, and kind of felt like, all right, we're back within one. Obviously, Fort Wayne counters with a 5-on-3 goal, and I think you can look at it and say it's been a struggle, but it's still just a 2-goal lead right now, and you get a little bit of power play to start this period, so the game's not out of reach by any means, which is a positive, but you got to have your best 20 of the weekend here coming up.
Admirals did come from behind yesterday to tie it up in the final minute of regulation and get the overtime victory yesterday. So as you said, Brad, this game is not out of reach by any stretch of the imagination, but the Admirals have to find someone and some way to get a spark as we get set for period number 3 in just a few moments. We'll step aside one more time and bring you back for more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. We'll talk to a couple of representatives from York County here in the continuation of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
All right, Admirals fans, it looks like this might be it. We've got 1 or 2 more shirts coming at you. And now this is it. We've got 1 more t-shirt.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
Welcome back inside Scope Arena. Right now, the Fort Wayne Komets have a 3-1 lead over the Yorktown Admirals here after 40 minutes of play. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here on the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. We're celebrating Yorktown night here at Scope Arena, and no better way to do that than to bring in Ed Harris, President and CEO of Visit Williamsburg, and Darren Williams, Deputy Director of York County Economic and Tourism Development. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on the Centerra Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. What has it meant for Yorktown to partner with the Norfolk Admirals and see this collaboration come to life for a second straight year?
I mean, you know, for Yorktown, it's just something really special. I think everybody understands that Yorktown's a really prideful community. You know, we've got a motto. We've been winning since 1781. And last year, we had a heck of a crowd here, sold out, won the game, just tons of energy coming out of that game. And I think, to everybody's, kind of shock, Yorktown's a hockey town. So I think we're carrying that over to this year, too.
Absolutely. I mean, to be able to be in front of this audience in a year where we're celebrating 250 years of independence, we're going to see a surge in visitation to this area, and being aligned with an organization like the Norfolk Admirals is just spectacular.
You just mentioned it, Yorktown Admirals night, last season was a huge success. What made you want to bring it back, and how have you built on that momentum carrying it over into this season?
So last year we kind of dipped our toes in it, right, and just saw the outpour of support and energy from our community. So this year we really wanted to lock in with some of the groups that we brought in. Of course, we brought the Fife and Drums back. We've got our Fire, Life, and Safety Department, our Sheriff's Department. We even have the Tab Middle School, which, in fact, I believe, Ed, your niece is actually singing out there tonight, right?
Yeah, my niece Sarah did an amazing job in the national anthem and another song they just completed. And it's just great to see the spirit of York County here in the arena tonight. It's just electric here.
And just go into a little bit more detail about those groups and organizations. What made you choose them specifically to partner with? You mentioned the extracurricular activities going on off the ice in and around Scope Arena here tonight for the second straight year of Yorktown night.
So it's in every little element that we see tonight. Our salute to service was a service member from the Yorktown training base from the USCG. We had the middle school coming to sing. The Fifes and Drums, even in Yorktown, everything stops when the Fifes and Drums play. It's a really special moment. The kids singing, the energy, the jerseys. I thought I was wearing an NHL jersey. It's beautiful. So, you know, it's an amazing energy that we have here. Our first responders really, really showing support for us. We've got them parked out on the plaza out here so everybody can kind of do a little bit of a touch of truck. Just an amazing outpour by the community, and just can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, and just seeing all the tables set up around the arena, from the York County table to Williamsburg Winery. It's really a celebration of the region tonight.
And how does an event like this, at an arena like this, with a team as successful as it is over the last couple of seasons, how does something like this inform people about the area of Yorktown and get them to the other side of the HRBT if they haven't necessarily been there super regularly before?
Sure, I think it really opens people's eyes to what we have to offer in our historic triangle on the peninsula. That's Yorktown, Jamestown, and Williamsburg. So again, it really starts to introduce them to what we have going on over there. We have some really fantastic events lined up for the 250th anniversary, and we're just super excited for everybody to come see us.
Yeah, it's a jam-packed calendar of events, and the hockey season, let's face it, it's a long season, and there's tons of stuff to do throughout the calendar year in a place like Yorktown, Jamestown, and Williamsburg, of course, and to be in front of this audience is special.
Well, I just mentioned the other side of the HRBT. Talk about that Sail 250 event coming up, being on the water, taking advantage of some warmer weather we've had recently, and other exciting events and festivities Yorktown has planned coming up.
Well, we've got a heck of an opportunity coming up in June. From June 12th through June 14th, we'll be hosting the Sail Yorktown Festival. We're an affiliate Harper for Sail 250. We'll have many, many tall ships. We'll have a parade of sail, opening ceremonies. We'll have the Williamsburg Symphony Orchestra. We'll have live entertainment, live cannon and musket firings. We'll have kids' activities, just everything for the family. And something I really want to mention is it's all free. It's all free and open to the public. So everybody come on down to Yorktown and enjoy.
Get there early.
Get there early, yeah. It's going to be great.
And where can these fans go to find more information about Yorktown, about that historic triangle, and all the events you have coming up?
Sure. So the great spot to get that is visityorktown.org, or you can follow us on any of our socials at Visit Yorktown on Facebook, Instagram, and anything that you need, we got you covered here at Yorktown. Just call us and we'll help you out, help you book your trip. And hey, we've got this new tool called Visit Widget. You can plan your trip before you get there, and then when you show up, it's all set up for you already. So.
And the man sitting off screen to our left, Brad Jones, he and Patrick Kavanaugh are bringing a high-level juniors team to the Yorktown area. Just real quick touch on what that's going to bring to the area of Yorktown.
I think it's really revolutionary, to coin a phrase for our municipality. You know, I think you can see by tonight how Yorktown feels about hockey. To bring this junior hockey team means so much for our community. It's something to root for, something to fight for, and I think everybody's just going to really love and embrace it. We just can't wait.
Yeah, and the more teams we can welcome to the area means more business for our restaurants, our hotels, our shopping. I can go on and on, but it's all a win-win.
Ed Harris, Darren Williams, supporting York County, representing York County. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here on the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric Second Intermission Show. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll bring you the third period coming up between the Fort Wayne Komets and Yorktown Admirals.
WGNT 20.
Background in it too? Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm already here. You have more room. This side, okay. That was fun. That was fun. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Good seeing you, my friend. Take care, brother. Absolutely. All right.
to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
Back inside Scope Arena, ready to get set for the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. It's a 3-1 lead for the Fort Wayne Komets. But the Admirals will continue a New Horizon bank power play for 1 minute and 11 seconds. Puck is down at center ice. Admirals in their specialty Yorktown jerseys, moving left to right. Navy blue bases Hebert trying to get on the back door as Florent let it rip off the right pad of Samuel Janssen, and the rebound cleared by Fort Wayne. McDougall drops it back. Christoph Papp through the neutral zone, dispossessed at the blue line, and back the other way go the Admirals to their defensive end. .30 seconds remaining on the New Horizon bank power play. Papp to the near side, Florent. Florent to the high slot, shot right into the midsection of Janssen. No rebound given up as Dureau let that one rip. Nick Gimbel here alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. Here for the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Brad, what do we need to see out of the Admirals here to get a comeback trailing down by 2?
I think the simple answer is more shots on goal, right?
Yes.
You gotta generate some chances here with only 9 shots through 2 periods. It's gonna be hard to come back if you're not generating more offense. We use that continued chaos in our 3 keys to the game, and the Admirals have got to do that here in the Fort Wayne zone. Get pucks in there and just muck it up, make it dirty. What do we say last night? It doesn't have to be pretty. It's just got to be effective.
Broken stick on the face-off from Jaden Grube, so a little bit of extra time taken on this near side circle. Admirals offensive zone face-off. Producer Benjamin Draper was just air-mailed a care package of funnel cake fries to our right. That smells delicious.
Sounds selfish. I don't see any here for you or I.
Admirals hold it in at the blue line, and it's dumped the rest of the way by Fort Wayne with 13 seconds remaining on the New Horizon bank power play. Christian Propp will leave it for Braden Engum in the far corner. He'll move it to the near side for Jack O'Leary. O'Leary scored the overtime game-winning goal last night, a 6-5 victory for the Admirals. Brody Crane works around the boards to the far corner, reverses near side for Yoder. We're back to 5-on-5 full and even strength. Yoder towards the front. O'Leary fires, and a save made by Janssen. Back to the near side. Yoder a stutter step to the trapezoid. Works behind the net. Has Crane supporting. Yoder towards the front through the blue paint. Bouncing around at the top of the zone, or top of the slot rather. And eventually covered by Janssen with 18:25 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Fort Wayne leading 3-1.
But that's what you need, right? Not looking for the cute plays. That was Yoder there, just trying to jam that thing into the paint, and that thing was hopping around on there, and the Admirals had a couple whacks at it before Janssen was forced to make a save. So you've got the bodies there on the stuff attempt from Yoder as you see the replay, and then O'Leary and that Sutter pounding away at it down there trying to make something happen.
Face off on the far side circle to the blue line. Fedoruk rips one into the left-handed catching glove of Janssen again. No rebound given up once again from 35 in white. Our next home game is going to be a winning Wednesdays game. For all Wednesday home games, buy a ticket to that Wednesday game through this offer, and if the Admirals win that night, you'll win a free ticket to the next Wednesday home game. Visit our social media or our website to get your winning Wednesday deal for our upcoming February 25th Wednesday game against Greensboro. That will be our next game, our next broadcast here from Scope Arena. Fedoruk for Reifenberger, tried to move it far side for Nicolette's. Stolen away, Petrozelli clears.
I'd like to see Reifenberger pull the trigger there instead of trying to make that pass through 2 Komets, just fire that thing towards the net.
Nicolette's reverses for his captain, Carson Musser, playing in his 200th career ECHL game tonight. No high stick called, as Harsh apparently didn't get a twig on it over his shoulders, and Fedoruk back the other way. Fedoruk maybe up playing forward now. We've got Magnuson and McDougall back defensively. So Fedoruk out here with Reifenberger and Papp right now.
You read my brain. That was what I was kind of looking at, scanning the ice, trying to count how many natural defensemen are out there for Norfolk.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in trouble if I'm reading Brad Jones' mind. 17:20 remaining in the Michelob Ultra's 0 third period. Hebert for Florent to the left wing. Pap trying to walk towards the front, and another shot snared by the left-handed catching glove of Samuel Janssen. Well, the Admirals are getting shots on net, but now I think the next key point needs to be shots for rebound, especially in situations like that. Janssen has the hot left-handed glove right now.
Yeah, he's dialed in. He was strong on Wednesday night, and that's carried over here to Saturday as well.
17:13 remaining in the Michelob Ultra's 0 third period. 3-1 lead for Fort Wayne. Going over the hits of the game on the replay on the video board. One of those hits of the game should have been a trip, and we're looking over the scuffle from the end of period two, and a cross-check that was deemed a rough. Is this a delay of game penalty? It is! Admirals will go on another New Horizon Bank power play.
They're getting their chances here. They got the power play at the end of the second. That bled over here in the start of the third. Now they'll go on the man advantage once again here, but like anything, the power play scored 4 in a row, and Fort Wayne has killed off the last 2 now, so big chance here for the Admirals getting their 4th attempt of the game to try to once again draw within 1 in this contest.
Big opportunity just shy of 3 minutes into the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. A delay of game penalty against Magera gives the Admirals a New Horizon Bank power play. Engum for a shot that's deflected by O'Leary wide of the net. Yoder for O'Leary, back to the near side. Crane fans on the pass to the near boards. Finds Yoder on the secondary attempt. Yoder has Crane below the goal line, walks to the front. Crane fires a shot off the pads of Janssen, and a bouncer finds its way to Engum at the blue line. Backhanded to the corner. Crane trying to get there. O'Leary helps the Admirals outnumber in the board battle. Andre Sutter is there helping the battle.
Round 3, get another Admiral in there, outnumber them here on this power play. Gotta win that battle, Nick.
Fort Wayne will come away with it and dump it down. Prop comes out of his net, plays it up the far wall. Petrozelli has it go off of his skate. Brady Florent picks it up. Fort Wayne completes a line change, so Florent has plenty of time and space. Drops it, not far enough. Petrozelli picks it up and drops it to the near side half wall for Josh Grawl. Fort Wayne shorthanded. Norfolk outnumbers and earns possession again. Norfolk getting too careless right now, 4 minutes into the Michelob Ultra 0 third period.
Last thing you want to do is give up that shorthanded breakaway that we saw in the first period. We saw last night as well.
Pap over the blue line. Florent far side, too far in front of Hebert. He corrals it off the wall. Hebert, far circle. Pap to the blue line. McDougall back to Pap. Through his legs, chased down by Petrozelli, but he gets it to the corner. Too high in the air for Florent. This one cleared off the glass, so it does not turn into another penalty, and luckily no one was tagged by that frozen vulcanized rubber disc going over the glass.
2 more examples right there, Nick, what I was talking about. The first one, Florent's cross ice pass to Hebert, but just too far in front of him. And then the pass back to Pap right after that from the top of the blue line down towards the half wall, and it was in his feet. They're just not quite connected. Those sights are not dialed in right now.
33 seconds left on a New Horizon Bank power play. Admirals win the offensive zone face-off. Engum walks the line to the far circle. Sutter into the middle. Crane near side. Yoder fires. Save made by Janssen. Yoder scored on a power play one-timer yesterday, and again just couldn't dial it in to pick a corner, but he got the shot on goal. Right now, Janssen's not giving up a single rebound on those high shots. From the near circle, Fort Wayne wins a defensive zone face-off. It's cleared up the wall. Engum holds the line, dumps it right back where it came from. From the corner, Crane, far side, intended for Sutter, comes deflected to the blue line for Engum. Engum, far corner, shadowed by Harsh, rimmed around the boards near corner for Chase Yoder, Yoder, top of the zone, Engum, far circle, O'Leary near side, Yoder fires a shot that's blocked away. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength.
His own guy, Andre Sutter, there was driving to try to create the screen, hit him right in the back of the leg.
And Magera dumps it in fresh out of the Komets beatbox penalty box. 5 minutes gone in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Up the wall, Crane can't get it through the neutral zone. Comes back to Engum. Right onto the tape of O'Leary. He'll find Chase Yoder through the neutral zone. Backhanded at the blue line to the near corner. Krebs from the trapezoid, flushed out by O'Leary. Starts the breakout, but it's stolen away at the blue line by Musser. Knocked out of the air by Knoll. Off a body of Janicki and Petrozelli into that battle, with Reifenberger battling there, and it's far off the wall. A foot race down that far side. Fort Wayne gets there, and a shot goes right into the Yorktown Admiral crest of Christian Prop with 14:19 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period.
Yeah, another good save by Christian Prop right there, and that speed, we've seen the speed of Capani all weekend, and a burst right there from 88 and White, and a good save from Prop.
We've launched a brand new Admirals podcast, Inside the Fleet, the official Admirals podcast featuring exclusive player interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and stories from inside the organization. Out now on most podcast platforms. Admirals win a defensive zone faceoff. It's rimmed hard around the boards. It does not turn into a Sheraton waterside icing. Norfolk got there, but they can't earn possession in the O-zone. Stretch pass right in between the defense. Dufour fires a shot off the left pad of Christian Prop. And Braden Nicolette sends it to the neutral zone through the air. Glove down. And backhanded up by Cole Beeman. Into the near side corner for David Drake to rim it up the far wall. Off the skates of Christoph Papp. Takes a bump, reversing it back for Drake. Open space for Reifenberger in the middle of his defensive zone. Too soft through the middle, and it was deflected, trying to find the mark of Christoph Papp. Now to the left wing for Grant Hebert to dump it cross corner. Near side, Reifenberger in the O-zone. 13.5 remaining in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Thrown towards the front of the net. Still loose on the outside. Towards the far circle, intended for Magnuson. Stolen right onto the stick of Aliardi, and he'll clear it down the ice. Will this have legs for an icing call?
Nets off there behind Janssen.
So now will Fort Wayne be allowed to make a line change? We're going to go to our first media timeout. Fort Wayne will be allowed to make a line change. 3-1 Komets lead here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Cards.
13:18 remaining in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Norfolk trailing 3-1 here on Yorktown night. Norfolk was 3 for 3 on their power play opportunities last night, 1 for 4 tonight. Being outshot 23-15 as well, make that 24-15. Norfolk outshooting Fort Wayne in this third period, 6-2 we might add, but still trailing 3-1. Passing in the middle of the slot. Papp got his head up just in time to keep Dufour from barreling over him. Musser skates down the far wall, rims it hard around the boards to the near side. Papp is in on the forecheck against his opposite number 24 of Austin Magera. Florent towards the front, deflected just wide far side. Musser, Hebert, his stick fails him, but it comes to Florent, who fires a shot that's blocked away. Hebert gets a fresh stick from head equipment manager Curtis Mosley on the back check. He's there defensively. He'll get to it in the near corner.
Hano wasn't even trying to block that shot. He was down, wasn't even looking, and that hit him right in the rear end.
12.5 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Norfolk is offside. Petrozelli moves it back to the far circle for Harsh. Back to Petrozelli over the Admirals blue line, near side corner. Hard rim around the boards. It's through Musser, back to the near side. O'Leary with an opportunity to clear. He is successful, trying to find Brody Crane, too far away from him. And Feist on the stick of Petrozelli to gain entry. Good give and go. Petrozelli towards the front, off the skate of Engum, just wide. To the blue line, Inamoto walks down the near side wall. Shot blocked away by his own man of Janicki in front. 8 minutes gone in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Near corner for Magnuson. Engum gives it back to Magnuson. Up the near wall for Brody Crane. Crane at the blue line for O'Leary. Can't walk towards the front of the net. He was cleared to the side. And it's gloved in the neutral zone. No hand pass and no icing. It was deflected by Savenkov. Drake over skates, and it's picked up by Murray below the goal line towards the front. Knocked down by Aliardi, looking for a hat trick. His shot goes wide to the far side corner. Yoder moves it through for Savenkov. Admirals in the middle of a line change. So it's dumped back in to Yorktown territory. Stretch pass off the skates of Duro, no icing. Duro and Beeman coming together in the corner. Sutter picks it up. To the blue line, Musser fires a shot blocked away. Back into the middle for Stonehouse. It goes through Musser to Admiral territory. 10:45 left in regulation. Deflected off a skate of Reifenberger, so no icing. Through the trapezoid, up the far wall, Musser pinches in for a moment, but it's backhanded onto the stick of Josh Grawl. Yorktown just can't get any kind of offensive sustained pressure at the moment. Rimmed around to the far side. Fort Wayne holds it in. Harsh rims it around the boards. Behind the net. Rimmed back to Harsh at the blue line far side. Now near for Hanaud. To the high slot. Turnaround shot by Grawl. Knocked away by Musser. Kept below the goal line for a moment. Through the legs of McDougall, and he clears it back to the near wall, intended for Andre Sutter. Reifenberger is there as well as McDougall, but it's picked up by Fort Wayne, rimmed around by Grohl, wide of the net. Harsh continues to the blue line for Hanaud. Grohl goes to the bench for a line change, loose in front of the net, and a rebound shot goes wide. McDougall at the end of his shift. The Admirals can't get it deep.
Once again, it's a missed pass into the skate and right back possession to Fort Wayne.
Near side red line dumped in by Dufour. Engum a quick reverse up the wall for McDougall. Can't clear it out. High slot. Dufour fires wide. Admirals careless right now in the defensive zone, and it's poked at by Nicolettes. Stood up by Inamoto. Fort Wayne back towards Yorktown territory. And it's dumped in by Grube to the far corner. Past the halfway point of the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. To the near corner. In Admirals offensive territory. Noel, Nicolettes, and Fedoruk out here at forward. Fedoruk brought down in the near corner as Engum walks down the far wall, dispossessed by Megara, but Noel dumps it back into the corner. Fedoruk and Inamoto cross-checking each other in front of the net. They'll separate as the Komets come back towards Admiral territory into the near corner for Braden Engum to reverse for Magnuson. Up the wall for Grant Hebert. Lost it at the red line. Picked up by Engum. Admirals again can't get it deep on the first attempt, but there's Pap to pick it up for Florent. Backdoor for Hebert, too far in front of him. Savenkov fresh off the bench, dumps it behind the net. Florent walks towards the front, stuff attempt. Second attempt goes off the outside of the net. Florent cross-check down to the ice as it gets up to Hebert at the blue line. Drake pokes at it, trying to find Hebert in the corner. Florent wants it in the high slot. It's poked away, and Krebs will skate through the neutral zone. 4-on-3. There's a slot player in the high zone as Janicki throws it right off the body of the referee, who was just standing there innocently. 12 minutes gone in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Hanaud, good pass to the far side. Stonehouse walks right in. Pad save and another by Prop. What a kick save. Keeps the Admirals in the game. Here comes Yorktown on the transition. Hebert to the far side. He'll dump it in. Prop's best of the season.
Talk about, 7 or 8 just massive saves in this game from Christian Prop to give the Admirals a fighting chance, Nick.
Near side blue line, O'Leary walks to the middle. Sends a shot high and wide to the far crossbar. Comes back to O'Leary at the far half wall. 7.5 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Hanaud with the lob wedge to the neutral zone into the gloves of Musser. Dropped and played for McDougall at the red line. He'll get it deep to the far corner. Chased down by Brody Crane, rim to the near side. Yoder is there. To the blue line, McDougal. Far side, Musser. Towards the net, in and out of the glove hand. Rebound is there for O'Leary. Cuts to the front of the net. Off the stick for Aliardi, and Stonehouse gets it deep. 7 minutes remaining in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Norfolk trailing 3-1. Yoder over the blue line. Can't get around Inamoto, and it started up for Aliardi. Aliardi will dump it in and head to the Fort Wayne bench for a line change. Musser from the trapezoid looks for an option. Admirals forwards are flying the zone. Yoder's the only option back in the defensive zone. Crane and O'Leary were in the neutral zone looking for a stretch pass, so Engum has to retreat. Cycles it back for Musser, and Fort Wayne earns the turnover. There's a player all alone in front, walking right in, near side. Poked at by Engum, rebound near side, comes to the slot, and Engum clears it all the way down. It will not have legs for an icing call.
Admirals doing everything they can to hang on by a thread here to keep this game within reach. 6:10 to go in this game. We'll close it in on that time and start to keep an eye on how aggressive Coach Carr wants to be with pulling his netminder.
6:02 remaining in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. We'll head to our prolonged second media timeout of this third period. Fort Wayne still leading Yorktown 3-1 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no break to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
6:02 remaining in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Norfolk trails 3-1. Our next specialty jersey will be our Boardwalk Beach Bums night on April 3rd. Now through February 23rd, you can pre-order the brand new Boardwalk Beach Bums jersey for $150 and the Boardwalk Beach Bums t-shirt for $25. Visit our social media to pre-order yours today so you can be ready for that Boardwalk Beach Bums game on April 3rd. Words are hard sometimes.
Got a good reaction on Benny over there on that one, too. Regardless of the outcome, we like to have fun up here, folks.
6 minutes remaining in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Norfolk wins a defensive zone face-off, but it's picked up by Fort Wayne in the near side corner. Norfolk trails 3-1. Poked at the blue line. Sutter gets it out, but he's cut down by Deacon Poot. And he'll move it to the far side for Cole Beeman, intercepted by Nathan Knoll at the top of the offensive zone. Knoll tries to move it below the goal line. Sutter and Durow out here on the forecheck. To the blue line, Sutter gets back defensively off a skate to the middle. Durow out for Knoll, and it's poked the rest of the way by Yance into the near corner. Deacon Poot knocked off the puck, but Krebs gets it out to the neutral zone. Musser cross-checked by Deacon Poot at the red line, and it turns into a Sheraton Waterside icing.
It's not a cross-check, it's roughing.
5:13 remaining in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. 3-1 lead for Fort Wayne right now. Faceoff will be in the Admirals offensive zone on the far side circle. The Admirals came from behind yesterday and won in overtime. Do they have that late game magic here for Saturday night action? Glove down by Magnuson, picked up by Deacon Poot, and second effort is all the way down the ice, not enough for an icing call. We have reached the final five presented by Centera. Dumped all the way down. And it will be a Sheraton Waterside icing called against Yorktown with 4:50 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Whether you're celebrating a win or bouncing back from a tough game, remember you can always win at Beam Light Sauna. Experience the benefits of infrared saunas and light therapy. Detoxify, recover, and recharge. Visit beamlightsauna.com to book your session today. Face off on the far side circle in Admiral defensive territory. .450 left in regulation. Head equipment manager Curtis Mosley is sprinting to the Admirals locker room.
Someone needs a stick or a skate sharpening or equipment repair or something.
So right now, head athletic trainer Darcy Weart taking over control of the stick rack behind the bench, but we will head to our third and final media timeout of this Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Fort Wayne still leading 3-1, and the Admirals are going to go on the penalty kill when we come back.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Magnuson into the Admirals beat box, penalty box for delay of game, puck over the glass. So the Admirals on a Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. With 4:47 remaining in regulation, down by 2, not ideal. Big kill for the Admirals here. They might try to take some offensive opportunities as well. And a power play goal from Magera right off the hop gives Fort Wayne a 3-goal lead.
Fort Wayne's power play is allowed them to pull away in this game. The Admirals, after being red hot on the power play, have not capitalized on the last 3, and that's the biggest difference right now in this hockey game, Nick.
.440 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. 4-1 lead for the Komets now. And that penalty kill is where you miss Osmondson. He's out there at the start of almost every single penalty if he's not in the beat box penalty box. So the Admirals missing their spark plug and one of their better penalty killers, and it's showing here tonight just how important 25 in blue is to this Admirals team. Named an alternate captain earlier at the start of this season. The Chesapeake native living out his dream. Not only doing that, but becoming a key part of this Admirals team over the last season or so. Serving game 1 of a 3-game suspension earned last night. 3:50 left in regulation. Yorktown trailing 4-1. Musser for McDougall back in the neutral zone. Musser in his 200th career ECHL game played tonight. Drops it for O'Leary. Musser walks to the middle. Stuffs it on goal, and it's paddled away by Janssen. There's an Admiral player that got stuck in the midsection. Yoder got a stick in between the legs. And he's still down in the Fort Wayne defensive zone. Now he gets back to his feet as a one-timer finds its way off the body of Christian Prop. Back out into the neutral zone, and Yoder will finally make his way to the bench, hobbled over.
Yeah, he got that one in the family jewels. He's a little bit sore going to the bench.
Shot from Stonehouse goes over the glass on a deflection and out of play. With 3:12 remaining in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Face-off will stay in the Yorktown defensive zone on the near side blocker, hand side of Christian Prop. First start since before Christmas, and he's looked good in it. Makes another shoulder save to send Dufour's shot over the glass and out of play. You can get your hands on one of these game-worn autographed Yorktown Admirals jerseys. Scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen. As a quick shot off the face-off goes off the outside of the net. The live auction for these Yorktown Admirals jerseys ends tomorrow, February 22nd. These game-worn jerseys will be autographed after the game and leading into tomorrow's end of the live auction. So head on over to the Admirals website to take part in the live auction to get your hands on one of these game-worn Yorktown Admirals jerseys. 2:43 left in regulation. Yorktown trailing 4-1. A power play goal from Magera has Fort Wayne up 4-1, and they'll work through the neutral zone over the blue line. Knocked away by Braden Engum, and Fedoruk moves it at the red line. Comes back to Admiral territory. Fedoruk cross-checked by Cole Beeman as he's on his knees, and everybody starts to separate. Fedoruk comes back the other way on his former teammate, and that was actually Grube in front of the Fort Wayne bench. We may not be done here.
Deacon Poots on the ice now, Nick. Something's going to happen.
Former teammates of Fedoruk and Beeman. Beeman was here for a cup of coffee. As the Komets stay on side, it's stolen away by Grant Hebert. Backhanded to the left wing. Christoph Papp walks in for a shot that's blocked away. Beeman with a late hit as Deacon Poot wants anybody in a blue jersey.
Looks like a security guard outside of a bar. You're not allowed in here.
Cole Beeman already one of the larger players on the ice tonight. Deacon Poot, much like a Sean Golka for the Trois-Rivières Lions.
Coach goes, stay out there, Deacon.
1:57 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period, and now barking at the Admirals bench is Dufour, still on the ice. Not sure if he's talking to a player or a member of the Admirals staff, but I believe that's Dufour and Reifenberger having words with each other. Don't go anywhere yet, folks. Musser, far circle, shot blocked away. Clear to the blue line and out. Musser holds possession in the neutral zone, right onto the stick of Matt Miller. And Deacon Poot moves it to the far side circle, to the top of the zone. It stays onside. Hano keeps it in. 1.5 remaining in regulation. Fort Wayne leads 4-1. From the far side circle, a shot gets blocked away by Christian Prop. They'll battle for the puck out to the neutral zone. And into the far side corner it goes. Magnuson for Musser. 1:15 left in regulation. Yorktown trailing 4-1. Poked at by Hebert. He can't get it over the center ice red line. Petrozelli dumps it the rest of the way to Fort Wayne's offensive end. Brian Gimbel lets us know that there's 1 minute remaining in the third period. Brady Florent turns it over onto the stick of Anthony Petrozelli, and he'll dump it around the boards to Capani on the near corner. To the top of the zone. Feist tumbling down to the ice. Holds possession behind the net. Out in front, near side. Prop with a paddle save. You gotta be kidding me.
Christian Prop came to play in this hockey game, Nick.
ECHL, get on the horn. I got a save of the week for you. 35 seconds left in regulation. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Admirals again get discombobulated in their defensive zone. Florent out behind the net, comes to the near side. Prop with the outstretched paddle. Unreal.
Send that one into ESPN. That's a top 10er right there.
And he'll make a much more routine snag on Feist's long-range blue line shot right into the Yorktown Admirals logo with 31.2 left in regulation. Coming up next for the Admirals is another home-and-home series with the Greensboro Gargoyles, a winning Wednesdays night. Get your ticket to Wednesday's game through the specific Winning Wednesdays deal. And if the Admirals win on Wednesday night, you'll get a free ticket to the next Wednesday home game against the Idaho Steelheads 7 days from that game. And then the Admirals will be on the road to Greensboro, First Horizon Coliseum, for games Friday and Saturday. 5 seconds left in regulation. Players will start to come together on the near half wall. Reifenberger with some cross checks. Aliardi goes at Reifenberger. Benches are being held. Murray is tied up by a Yorktown Admiral player. And I believe it's going to fizzle out. Stonehouse throwing extra lefts. Evan Knox and Brett Brody are going to have their hands full as the linesman. Aliardi throws an Admiral stick back to the other side of center ice. Reifenberger and Aliardi exchange some final pleasantries. Fedoruk and Beeman getting reacquainted with one another, but everybody will separate. We'll step aside and wrap up tonight's game as Fort Wayne takes game 3, 4-1, and this weekend series 2-1 here at Scope Arena, concluding Yorktown night.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
Fort Wayne takes game 3 Saturday night action by a score of 4-1 over the Yorktown Admirals here at Scope Arena. Back inside the broadcast booth, wrapping up this weekend series against the number 1 team in the Central Division. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones, producer Benjamin Draper off to our right, here for the conclusion of tonight's game. Fort Wayne taking this one by a score of 4-1. The Admirals just couldn't get going tonight. It's hard to not acknowledge the missing Brandon Osmondson tonight on the penalty kill, getting the spark for this Admirals team. We just didn't really see anybody take over for 25 in blue tonight, it seems like.
Yeah, the Ads just couldn't get going tonight. Credit Fort Wayne. I mean, they controlled this game wire to wire. They really dictated how they wanted to play. You see, I mean, they're a good team in general, but why they're so darn good on the road. I think it's their 19th road win of the season. But I think massive credits even in a loss to Christian Prop. I mean,
yes,
holy cow, was he unbelievable. I mean, there could have been 6 or 7 other pucks in the back of the net if not for the amazing saves that he made down there to give his team a fighting chance in this hockey game tonight.
So the Admirals dropped this series 2-1. Fort Wayne winning on Wednesday and here on Saturday. Norfolk getting the 2 points last night, a 6-5 overtime victory. Up next, it's going to be a familiar opponent, the Greensboro Gargoyles. Game 4 of 12 total games here in the back half of this regular season between Norfolk and Greensboro. It's a home-and-home series. We'll be here for Winning Wednesdays. Take a part of the Winning Wednesdays ticket deal. If the Admirals win on Wednesday, you'll get a free ticket to the following Wednesday game against the Idaho Steelheads. It's also a first draft deal of the night ticket opportunity, where your first draft beer is $5. And as always, we're going to be on the spot 27 on local TV for that Wednesday home game to start that 3-game series against the Greensboro Gargoyles. And if you like the jerseys that you saw on the ice, be sure to take a part of the live auction to get your hands on one of these game-worn autographed Yorktown Admirals jerseys. The live auction ends tomorrow, February 22nd, to get one of these game-worn jerseys. For Brad Jones on my left and producer Benjamin Draper off to my right, I'm Nick Gimbel saying so long and thank you for making us a part of your Saturday night. Get some rest. We're all going to be up nice and early to catch USA versus Canada at 8:10 in the morning. But tonight, Fort Wayne gets the better of the Yorktown Admirals, defeating the Admirals by a score of 4-1. So long.